Welcome back to the Quick Hands Rugby League Podcast, Season 3, Episode 19. That's 110. And as you just heard, we're paying a special tribute tonight to the greatest professional athlete of all time, the great Hulk Hogan. Sadly passed away, along with Ozzy Osbourne last week, which is horrible. We lost a couple of legends. But bringing in Tan and George, welcome, guys.
Hey
guys,
how
how
are
you
you?
going?
What a week!
What a week! And
What a week!
And we've got a special guest star tonight. Our other brother-in-law, Andrew Golgini. Welcome.
How are you guys? Pleasure to be here.
Our listeners would probably
Hey.
remember Andrea because you guys did the soccer pod, and it's the biggest rating show we've ever had. So I'm sure there's a lot who
Is that
remembers
still
it.
holding up? Is this?
Cometh
the
the
one.
hour, cometh the man, John.
So we're just going to spend a couple of minutes. Talking about the Hulkster, paying tribute.
Let's do it.
I got the news. I was actually at Tanya's place on Friday morning when I saw the news. Bit of a shock to me. For those who don't know, a huge part of my childhood. I think Andrew, we met when I was 12.
Instant attraction because Nick liked wrestling and I liked
Instant,
wrestling, so
yeah,
I liked him
instant.
straight away.
Instant, and just a massive part of my childhood anyway. And from the song that you just heard, which is his famous intro song, I want to recite a few lines, which is the soundtrack to my childhood. When you think about it, when it comes crashing down and it hurts inside, you got to be a man. You don't have to hide. If you hurt my friends, then you hurt my pride. I got to be a man. I can't let it slide. I feel strong about right and wrong, and I don't take trouble for very long. I got something deep inside of me. Courage is the thing that keeps us free. That's the soundtrack to my childhood. Yeah, that's Hogan's intro song. So he was a hero to me. And there's one funny story I'd like to share from when I was 14 going on 15 when we were in Europe.
Yeah.
It was 1990 and WrestleMania 6, and the main event was Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior, title versus title. Hogan was the world champion, Warrior was the Intercontinental champion. Now you got to remember, in 1990, there's no internet, we couldn't find
There
out
was
who
nothing.
won.
Absolutely.
We couldn't
nothing.
find out who won. And in the month of, I think it was May of that year or June, we were traveling around Europe for a month.
It was before the World Cup.
Yeah, May.
So
So-
it was before the World
So
Cup.
Andrew, myself, and my two sisters, obviously your wife and my other sister, were traveling around Europe, and there was no way of knowing who won the match. So we went around Europe by train, and every train station had a news agency, a newspaper stand. So every city that we arrived in, I'd get off the train and sprint to the newsstand. No wrestling magazine, no wrestling magazine. I don't know, it happened 3 or 4 cities in a row. Then we got to Munich in
Yeah,
Germany.
I remember that day.
And I ran to the newspaper stand, and as I got closer, I saw a picture of the Ultimate Warrior holding 2 belts.
I was devastation. Ron. I'm
No,
telling you,
man.
Ron, we were ready to.
I
put the mental
almost
aside.
dropped to my knees. And I think Andy will tell you, as will both of my sisters, I didn't speak to anyone for about 2 days.
It was,
Wow.
I didn't speak to anyone for about 2 days. So I was very upset. Little did I know he dropped the belt because he was going off to shoot a movie. We thought it was real, you know. We didn't know. So yeah, massive part of my childhood.
I remember pulling up. I'd go when I was dating Louisa. I'd come in the driveway, and Nick and all his mates would be there, all dressed as Hogan, and come out and try and wrestle me and bash me and all that. You know what I mean? It was great. It was good. It was memories you'll never forget.
Yeah, it's one of those things, like, you know, the
Hock
first
bish, remember?
Hock bish.
He came around
Bish.
hock bishing everyone.
I used to wrestle my pillow, and an old mattress that we had in the backyard. I beat it. But yeah, big thing for I've had 2 epiphanies. That was one of them. The first time I ever saw
And another
Hogan.
thing is too, Anna used to work at the news agency at 5 Doc,
Yeah.
so she'd get all the wrestling magazines.
Tell me that.
So
Yeah.
we'd go over. I'd go to see Louisa, but very, like just how you going. And then I was more interested in the wrestling magazines because me and Nick would sit there talking about wrestling.
It's one of those things, you know. And hearing about his death is one of those things you don't forget. And Tanya, I was at your place when that happened, so that's no better place to be. So that's etched with me. So
When's the first time you actually saw the Hulk on
Well,
television?
me and Nick had the. Oh no, it was
Rocky 3.
Oh, really?
No, I saw him before that.
I didn't.
I saw him because
I was 9.
When I was in the 70s.
Yeah.
They used to have Australian wrestling show.
Yes.
And Andre the Giant came out and wrestled in the Royal Rumble. And there was an Australian wrestler called Larry O'Day, Ronnie Miller, Sonny Dalton.
Yeah.
A few of the names. I was only a little, but
Mario Milano.
I used to watch these guys and I'd be in awe of them. And I remember Andre the Giant won the Royal Rumble and he picked up Ronnie Miller and Larry O'Day on both arms like that.
I've seen that.
And I was in awe of that. I
I've
just
seen
thought,
that
man, how
picture.
good's that?
Yeah.
And then I started liking wrestling. So then I did a bit of research and they showed on Wide World of Sports, they showed Hulk Hogan once.
Yeah.
But he had the atomic bomb. Remember
Yeah.
his
Terry
chest,
Boulder.
his chest hair was
I
shaved like an atomic bomb.
I only ever missed one school disco in high school, and it was the very first one in year 7 to stay home and watch WrestleMania 3.
I nearly got dropped by your sister because I stayed home to watch
You watched it with me,
WrestleMania 2.
yeah.
And we were supposed to go out on a date, and I pretended I was sick.
Yeah, and that was
So Louisa got the shits, but I stayed home and watched wrestling.
And that was the night that he body slammed Andre the Giant. And for those of you who are watching on YouTube, you know I'm not looking at my laptop when I say 29th of March 1987 at the Pontiac Silverdome in Detroit, Michigan, in front of a world indoor record of 93,173
Oh
people.
my God.
Beat the record of the
Impressive,
Rolling
mate,
Stones.
too.
Beat the
Impressive.
record of the Rolling Stones previously set in Memphis. So there you go. So maybe now we should talk footy.
Yeah.
You sure?
Rest in
That's a
peace,
nice
Hulk.
tribute,
Nick,
though.
just a quick thing. Just I want to ask. Short answer.
Yeah.
What does Hulk mean to you?
Yeah.
Because I know how passionate you are about.
And to you, G, man.
No, but I've seen him grow up from 11,
He,
and it was always about Hulk.
hope and belief. Hope and belief. My dad died when I was 11, so the things like Hulk Hogan and Kiss and anything that got me away from reality, I was able to escape what I was going through and jump into something else. And Hogan, what were the 3 things he always said?
So you
Say
train
your prayers, train, and eat your vitamins.
and take
and-
roids.
And take roids. He didn't say that, but he just made you believe that if you believe in something, it's only a matter of time before everyone around you will start to believe in it too.
You got to remember, George. I mean, I've seen a kid, and I could say because I was old, and I've seen a kid that the passion he had for wrestling as a kid, just watching him grow. I've seen Nick grow up.
Yeah.
Right, and you saw it. You come a bit later on, but
I came later on.
I saw him. He was a kid, and I saw the passion he had in him about this wrestling, and this whole world revolved around wrestling, And I just thought, how good is this, And
It was Hogan just
it was
represented.
good to sit back and watch it.
Yeah.
I remember when I first met you blokes, the 3 things: soccer, Kiss, and Hogan.
Yeah,
I'm not in that. I don't know if there was that order.
I was a kid, but not more.
Yeah. I know, but that's I remember those 3 things dominant in our lives. Hogan.
I feel like a kid now when I think about it, but he just he as a kid when you're looking at this larger than life character, who we were lucky enough to get to see live ringside. It's just it's a massive part.
I
of my
remember
childhood.
Tim when we went and saw it. Tim's words where he said, "Mate, you'll never see this again."
No.
Hogan Flair.
Hogan Flair said, "You'll never see it again."
So
I know I sound like a 58-year-old man talking about wrestling, but
No.
I'm passionate. It was part of my life growing
And
up.
what they're alluding to is they actually seen Hulk Hogan wrestle Ric Flair and
Ringside.
when was it?
Ringside.
2009,
Nick's good with dates.
Yeah,
2009.
2009. So it's-
October 17,
and
2009.
as his friend said that they'll never see that again, and they didn't.
Yeah, so it's very shocking to hear that news on Friday morning. But like I said, I couldn't have been in a better spot. So let's move on.
And just to sum it up, obviously it wasn't a big part of my life because I'm in the family. When Anna told me, my wife told me, I just got a knot in my throat. And
I
the
first thought of Nick.
the first thing I thought was
The
Nick.
first thing I thought, I said, what do I
first
do
thing I
now?
thought was
Louisa
Nick.
goes, he's up in Brisbane, blah, blah, blah. I was like,
Yeah.
I'll leave him alone. But
Yeah, and that's what I
No,
thought
it's
too.
okay.
I was
is he-
getting text messages from everyone like my uncle died or something.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So, anyway,
let's talk footy.
let's talk footy.
Have we got any controversy to cover?
T, what did you
Hang
say?
on.
What's happening at 360
Um,
rugby?
That was really nice, guys. I love hearing stories about things like that. That was beautiful. And it's also nice, I guess, for everyone else too, when you bring that nostalgia in from, your childhood and stuff. That's beautiful. Um, I think there was heaps of controversy. I think the most controversial thing was Nick bringing his eels luck to Suncorp Stadium. But yeah, there's a few 360. I don't know, Hughes, Pap. I think Pap's probably the big one that's going to go to 360, and they're pretty clever. Hey, getting the people on board now, right? Thanks,
It's
Nick.
not going to fit over the headset, so
It'll fit.
I'm a man of my word for a couple of minutes anyway. What do I look like?
And I'm sure we'll talk about it in the round, but yeah, just issues with Walshy, right? And did we talk about the post spray that Des had? We did a little bit last week. Yeah, it was still carrying on from the whole of last week anyway. Nothing too crazy. Refs being shit as usual, I think.
Shit. The spray must have worked because they won, so Des, you should just keep on spraying them too.
Possibly. It was a good win though.
Yeah. Do we have anything else?
What have you got? Anything in terms of
what's your good thing of the week?
Hulk?
Dying.
The legend.
Hulk dying.
Not dying, just his legacy.
He was always known as the immortal Hulk Hogan.
His legacy, his legacy. And I wasn't sure if you're going to ask me that, but
his legacy will live on forever.
Yeah, that was the first thing that came onto my mind when I thought about it was just his legacy, and he'll be forever. That's the only good thing is that generations after generations will know about Hulk Hogan.
He brought a sport that was territorial in America in everyone's house. So, all the homes. So,
He made it mainstream.
He made it mainstream.
Yeah.
You could go on Mount Everest and speak to one of the Sherpas there, show him a picture of Hulk Hogan, he knows who he is. That's how
there's not many of them, but he's definitely one of them. Yeah. So my good thing of the week is the Hulkster and his legacy, and I'll ask you about who's in Nico's bin, but I don't know if you got something prepared, Nicola.
Well, sorry, Tan. I'll apologise in advance. The dumb shit at Suncorp Stadium had a go on me because of my Eels jacket.
What about the Eels jacket?
I was wearing my Eels jacket, and one guy walked past and he goes, you go, shit shirt Friday, go home, you fucking loser.
See? One of your mates.
No, it was some random, but I said, come the fuck here and we'll see who the loser is. And he didn't come over. So, yeah.
Oh, well, that's Queensland.
Well, it made up for the guy that I almost got into a fight with behind us who was wearing the Eels thing. And he's like, Queensland don't get footy. And I was like, pretty sure you've had 5 wins at it in the last 20 years, mate. So jog on. So we both paid it back, but we were very protective of Nick. I actually had a really great time.
I got to tell you something, and we'll get to the game when we cover it, but I felt terrible. I said to Tan about, 5 minutes before full time, Parrot were leading, said, I've seen this movie, I know how it ends.
No.
Exactly what I thought. Bang. Broncos went over in the last minute.
And,
39,998 people went up, and 10 just put a hand on my shoulder. I felt bad.
Yeah, because it wasn't a try. I could see it.
I could see.
Well, one, I was driving.
The Reece Walsh.
Oh, the Reece one. Offside.
Offside.
Well, yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna feel guilty now. Sorry, T, but I actually enjoyed the aftermath of that.
I must say,
so did I.
How happy Reece was, and then how disappointed.
No,
Reece
Maguire was laughing.
Yeah, that is.
And then he just went fucking bang.
Yeah. And if Nick, I was the only one that didn't stand up because I didn't think that was a try from where I was. I actually thought he knocked it on.
You got good eyes. Knocked it on.
Yeah. Also, I was driving. I was a designated driver. So if I wasn't, I probably would have been celebrating.
But yeah,
slightly intoxicated.
How about we get into the week that was?
Let's do it.
So the Storm and the Roosters on Thursday night. Storm 34 points to 30 over the Roosters in a tight one.
Wow, what a game this was.
I didn't catch most of this game.
No. Well, what a game this was. It was a beautiful mess. Look, it was a points fest, obviously, 30 to 34. D was not a priority, guys. D was not a priority. Tupou scored 2 early tries. I really, really enjoyed the ball movement from both teams. They really gave it some air. I'm not sure about Melbourne, and look, I know that there's injuries. I know that they lost Hughes, and what's his name took over. Grant
Paps
took
wasn't
over.
there.
Yeah, I realised that, but I'm not sold and they're still favourites for winning the comp. But I'm really not.
I think they'll show up when it matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hughes will be back for the semis.
He will be.
Yeah.
The thing I don't understand,
It's just a
guys,
dislocation.
Romp, explain it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Melbourne traditionally don't let in a lot of points.
Well, this is what I'm.
This
This
is
is
what
what I'm alluding to.
I've been seeing it all year, where they're just letting in a lot of points, and
And that see the team who scores a lot of points doesn't win the comp. If you always go back, it's the team that's got
the
best defense or the second best
Yes,
defense.
yeah,
At worst, the third best defense. Well, these two teams, well, forget Roosters are still in development, and you know what? For where they started this year to now,
It's not bad.
They've even if they don't win another game, they've
overachieved.
Yeah, they've unearthed lots of good talent. But Storm, when you look at the Storm and you look at the list, you're talking rings. They play for rings. When they do the preseason, they don't say, "Oh, I hope we make the 8." No, we're going to win a ring. This is the way we're going to win a ring, and they're not convincing. The only good thing is that Grant took over.
Played well.
He took over when he had to take over, and beside that, it was an exciting game. But I knew that when a team scores 30 and the other team scores 34, again, it's great to watch.
Defense
but
is
I don't take it seriously in terms of high quality match. But it was, as I call it, it was a beautiful mess. It was just attack on waves of attack of both sides, and I didn't know who was going to
It
win.
reminded me
Actually,
a bit of a soccer game because you score 3, I'll score 4.
yeah,
Teddy
So-
was complaining about a forward pass. It was a forward pass.
it was a fault.
It was a forward.
Hey, you know what? You caught one, you give one. It all see. Well, Howard's try was spectacular. The centre when he scored, that was a great try, and there's a lot of great tries in this game. And I've got to admit, both of them, in terms of ball in hand, were really high completion. But when it came to defence, no one was covering from the inside. They weren't sliding. They missed tackles like
Very, very un-Melbourne like.
yeah, for both teams. So, but look, I said again, Roosters, whatever they do, it doesn't really matter. They're not going to make the 8, but they've had a sensational season. But I'm not sure about
You're not
Melbourne.
sold on it.
Let's see.
I wouldn't read into it too much.
T, what you
They've
thought?
been stuffing around since that stupid game they did all the dancing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Melbourne.
yeah, and they keep going between second and third, and they've had some pretty close close wins. Like, it's almost like they just need to take it seriously. We're halfway through. You know what I mean? And it's almost a bit like, I like Melbourne, but they always have that air of arrogance where, yeah, they know they're going to be in the premiership. And I will be so bored if it will be Panthers, Penrith and Melbourne
I
again.
don't think Penrith will
No,
make
but
it, Jeff.
Penrith.
We didn't think they would come back in like round 9, and they did.
Well,
Or
there's
8.
not much to come back from, but
Look, at the moment, I told Andrew, they're not back, but they're alive, Penrith. Mind you, I did see. I actually went to that game, the Penrith and the West game, and I did enjoy watching them hold out a game, and I did enjoy watching Nathan in complete control. But I walked away thinking, well, yeah, they're not the team that they were last year. But anyway, we're not going there yet. That's you know what. That's all I can say about that game. It didn't inspire me. I was watching pictures and I was watching people scoring tries. I wasn't even analysing the defence because that's what I'm into, the tactics and the defence, and it didn't really inspire me. I won't lie to you.
the
Let's
next
move on.
game was special for 2 reasons.
What was that?
Well, A, it was a really good game.
Was it?
I know where this is going.
No, the Cowboys 38 points
Oh,
to
sorry.
32 over the Dragons. No, it was.
He's not
I mean,
stitching me
that
up
was a good
yet.
game.
maybe it wasn't good in terms of quality, but it was exciting. It was close.
Cowboys.
And the second reason is I watched it at the Caxton.
That's a different.
Caco,
that's a nice reason.
surrounded by
Caco.
Queenslanders. You know, and I
Unloaded.
actually tipped the Cowboys because everyone's like, oh no, the Dragons. And I was like, no, Holmes isn't in. Playing at home, they, one last shot. Maybe their coach did a bit of a Desi spray last week. I don't know. But yeah, it was good. I don't know.
It was a good game, though.
Tommy did and destroyed them.
It was a
Yeah.
good game.
He
It
had a
was,
good
it was
game.
close.
He didn't have a good.
What'd you see? What'd you watch?
Well, I mean, I think when we left the Caxton, I think
It only had 20 minutes to go.
yeah, but it
When we
was
left.
very close. But then the Cowboys blew it out. But then I saw the Dragons came back to within 6 points. So
Mhm.
it must have been a few tries scored in the last 15 minutes or so.
G-Man, did you watch it?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
St George defence was pretty. A lot of holes there, man.
pretty bad.
Yeah.
They weren't
good.
Swiss cheese, man. I'll tell you, there was some
weren't
gaps
good.
there. But I was impressed by Dearden.
He's good.
Loved Dearden.
He's a good
He carved up.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, both teams were.
I don't like St George, so when they lose, I'm. Quite,
You know what-
I know
you know-
Arthur's
Poor
a big
Artie.
fan, but
Yeah, you know what annoys
Not a
me?
big fan of St.
You know what
George.
annoys me? St George does what they did last week against Canterbury, a ballsy, really physical
Yeah.
defensive
Yeah.
effort, and then they go up to North Queensland. And admittedly, they have to jump on a plane. It must be hot.
Come on, Rob, you're
And
not
they-
doing much else.
Well, that's their
You get
job.
on a
Yeah.
plane, Jesus, that's the hardest thing you've got to do all day, mate.
I know,
I'll
Jim,
tell you,
man.
you can
I
have
know,
my
Jim,
job.
man. It is
Come
hot
on.
up there, bud. And then they give us this, and I mean, as a spectacle, maybe it was fun to watch, like the Roosters game, but it was a load of fucking it was a load of rubbish. It really
A
was.
lot of the games weren't high quality over the weekend.
Rob, what's with the defence now being so shit? I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, you're
You
more
know what it is?
technically
There's so
inclined
many
with the
six
game.
agains. When a team gets momentum like that, it's hard to stop.
It seems to
Yeah,
me
this wasn't
in
like that.
attack,
This wasn't.
if
like
you're
that.
in defence and you make a mistake, like you run out of the line quick,
Yeah.
right?
So you're a
gonna
shooter.
Get punished.
You
You've got to
get
keep,
it.
and that, it's
You're a
just-
shooter, but here there was no shooters. They just
No,
missed
no,
tackles.
it should just miss tackles.
They just missed tackles, or there was holes everywhere. So
Yeah,
Dearden,
it was-
how Dearden was
carved up.
walking, was just walking through the
Yeah.
line. It wasn't pretty. Look, I've got to admit. Oh, I don't want to see Cook in the centres again. They put Cook in the centres, and then straight away Dearden went there and,
And destroyed it.
ripped him twice through Dearden. 2 tries in about 5 minutes, and they had to pull him. Yeah, they had to hook him.
He's
you know
not
what I
a
mean?
cent.
I
He's not
feel
even,
so
he's
sorry
not
for
even
the guy.
playing good at hooker.
Yeah, true. But
Little's playing better than him.
I was going to say, I got to admit, Little came on and showed something. Drinky always plays well. You mentioned
That's it,
Dearden. He's a revelation. I like the return of Molo. Absolute monster on the edges. Again, he's a big, nasty, hard-running human being, Molo. One of Tanya's favourite, Purdue. Just getting better all the time, T. He's going to wear a maroon soon.
Yeah, I
So
feel
far-
like did Labour come back? Someone came back to Cowboys, and it just created a really. I'm looking at my screen. Created a really nice synergy. Those guys they had a bit of flirt.
For Queensland, for the Cowboys.
For Cowboys, Labour, because I hadn't.
Oh yeah. Labor came and he killed it.
Yeah.
He scored- well, everybody was making breaks, but anyway, he killed it. Yeah, look, lots of 6 agains, lots of missed tackles. What can I say? Hess, he came back.
Yes.
He
So,
absolutely
yeah,
killed
I
it.
said that on the night. I didn't realize he was still there.
Yeah, he got a
He scored a try.
injured. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was injured all years. Was this his first game back, T? I think it was his first
Yeah,
game
I feel
back.
like him and maybe it's Labour at second, but I feel like I remember seeing 2 guys came back or 1 guy came back, and it's just the difference that it makes, right? When you have, the original team, because the Cowboys, if you remember, they were doing all right at the beginning of the year. It's too late now,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know.
You know what? I've tried to protect him, but let's hope that the coach gets sacked. And
Clayton.
yeah, I've tried really
You don't
hard
like
to
him,
protect. I do. But when they're tackling like this, they need a change up.
Mm.
Last year they weren't good either in defence,
No.
but they did make the 8 last year. I don't know. I'm funny. I like a certain type of game. I like a grind fest, and when I see 38, 32. It's not inspiring. I enjoy the ball movement and I enjoy the running. I enjoy the tries, but it's like just
The
watch
game before it was the same. It's like a tennis
Yeah.
match. You enjoy it for the excitement.
Yeah, it was good. No. I agree that it's exciting, but true, what rugby league essence, the essence of rugby league, I'm not there on this one. Not there on this one.
And,
But
and the first few games were
They're
pretty
alive.
close too.
yeah, but if I'm not wrong, T, the Cowboys are still alive to make the 8. Yeah,
Yeah,
After that
yeah, I'm
ladder.
looking at the ladder.
they're still there somewhere. Yeah, 2 points out of the 8.
Yeah, but I just don't see it happening. Not with their coach.
Well, not with their defense.
Well, yeah.
Tragic. It's seriously tragic.
Let's move on to the next game.
Okay, I'm going to sit back and you can.
Who you
I'm
talking
not
to?
upset by this, okay?
No, I know that. I know that.
Number one, Queensland won this year, so I'm
What?
fine with any
This is
loss.
not. This has got nothing to do with state of origin, right?
And number two, I'm happy. The first time you came to Lang Park, Eels won.
Tanya's been. We've been 2 games together this year, and you've brought. So before this game, Tan said next year you got to come here and watch Origin, right?
Yeah,
And
no.
I said, well, you brought me luck in Sydney because Paris' first win was when you came to the Dragons game. Then after we won this game, she goes, you're not coming to Origin.
But I said before this game, like I think I was saying it before the potty started, our A team is not as good as our B team, right? And it's what I said, that when we were talking last year about why the Broncos have got such a good, they're stacked and everything else, too many egos in there. And I
But
even said it to Nick.
You called out Walsh last week,
Mm.
and you were saying it again on Friday during the day, and he did some good things, but he was a big part of their undoing on the night as well. Some of the
Well,
mistakes that he made.
it's called a team,
Howlers.
a football team. But yeah, but even if I wasn't designated driver, I still would have been happy because one, we're at the game, how good, and two,
Yeah.
it would have been so disappointing for Nick that if Broncos had won
No,
the first time it
I was saying all
comes.
day, I just want to be competitive. I
Oh,
just want to be
I've been saying
competitive.
that all year, Nick, and I
Right,
can't
but-
get a fucking
But
start.
I want to send a shout out as well while we're on it to Meg. I want to send a shout out to Megan Hunt from Third Space Accounting in Brisbane. Megs, I'm pretty. I can I can say this because I'm far away from her now. I'm not sitting next to her. I'm sure she had a great time, with the exception of the outcome. But I just want to say a special thanks to Megan for organising the tickets as a birthday present for me as well. It was really nice of her, and we got to go and catch up with Megan and her Third Space team on Friday afternoon. Met a bunch of wonderful people who work with her and a bunch of her clients as well. All really wonderful people. It's a reflection on her. So thanks, Megs. I appreciate you organising the tickets for me, and I enjoyed sitting next to you for the whole game, especially the
you guys are never allowed to sit next to each other ever
know.
again.
I know.
That's
I know.
beautiful. No,
But no, shout out to Megs. I really appreciate
awesome.
it. Really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
and
Yeah, I mean, it was a good game. It was a good game. So back and forth. Like I said, I just wanted to be competitive. I was pretty impressed with Para. I was happy that they hung in. Moses makes a huge difference to that team. He changes the team. Whenever he plays, it's a different team.
Same with Welsh.
Yeah, well, I mean, Brisbane,
Walsh reminds me of a kid who just needs a good flogging
he just needs
to do what he's told.
He just
Seriously.
needs
He
to
just
be
needs a
coached.
good flogging and say, mate, pull
He
your
just-
head
he
in and
needs
do what I'm telling you
He
to do,
needs
not
to
what
be
you want to do.
coached because he did some really good things and he got Brisbane in front with the try that he set up for Billy Walters as well. But then
So
there were
much
times
potential.
where he tried to do too much, like where he did that flick pass which Addo Carr ended up picking up and Paris scored on the back of that. So he forced his hand. So I think Maguire and they even said it in the press conference. They just need to rein him in a little bit.
Yeah, he
Needs to be coached.
just
basically.
needs to do
'Cause
what he does and
he's-
without thinking. Just
He's got to time it.
he's
mate.
explosive.
But you can't do that all. You can't be explosive all
No.
the time. You have to chime in and you have to do it at the right time. And picking the right time to do it is part of the skill.
If you saw the try that he scored, which was disallowed right at the end, the young fullback knocked it on.
Yeah.
Right. In the press conference when they were asked about it, Jason Ross said he just needs to learn the difference between securing the ball. He was thinking pick it up and run 80 meters.
Yeah.
And Moses started laughing when he said that because again, it's about learning that. So Walsh is the same. He's far enough in now to his career that he should be at that level.
I was going to say,
it's coaching.
Joe Ash was his first full NRL game, and he was outstanding.
He was fantastic.
He was
I'm happy that one blemish isn't what ended up being.
right,
Yeah.
100%.
Isn't it good when you train all year and on one certain day everything comes together?
Yeah.
So Jason Rolls has been trying to teach this team a brand new style, and he stripped the whole team and brought in new players, lightweight players, very mobile players, and even Nico, he was getting a bit upset at the start of the year because they got rid of got rid of him, got rid of that.
I'm not very patient.
Got rid of all these
Really?
players and
Nah.
got rid of all these players and why is he doing that? Nico was saying. Well, we saw on Friday night why he was doing it. Spreading on ones and twos, unbelievable. Going twos too wide to go forward, something that hasn't been seen probably ever in NRL consistently. Go off the dummy half, two runners both sides, and then the dummy half running from there, stripping the two markers, pulling them apart. Again, Jason Rolls, a genius.
So, Ron,
Mitch
if they go
Moses.
out and get pumped by Melbourne this week, what are you going to say?
Yeah.
What am I going to say?
What are you going to say next week if they go out and get pumped by Melbourne?
Yeah, number
Melbourne
one.
put 40 on. Just
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
What would you say?
Well, number
Are
one,
you going to
they
talk
won't.
in and out and that? You're going to say
Well,
this shit?
number one, no, I'm not. Number one, they won't get pumped by 40. Number two, this is the issue here. They're a young team, and they're going to win one game, and they're going to lose one game. They're going to win one game. They're going to lose one game.
Well, in the last
until at the end of next year, when they just squeeze into the 8, and then Jason brings 2 senior players in, which steadies the team. But you know what? No team plays like this. So who sees Mitch Moses, number 7, controlling halfback? Yeah,
But he's controlled all the time, Rob.
Wait a minute.
He's run Parramatta the whole time.
Wait a minute. Should stand right next to the dummy half because that's the best.
No, but even if you look at like the last 2 weeks, we had 2 great first halves. We were in it. We were leading
In
the
every
race.
game.
The second half dropped off.
Yeah.
So that's why I was saying this week. I would have even been happy with that.
Consistent.
I just want to be competitive.
So Mitch stood in front of the C's. So in other words, he stood 3 out instead of going right in the middle to control. Also, so the halfback wants the ball in his hands straight away from the ground. 1 second faster in his hand. Okay, because the defense is a bit further. They're, I don't know, 8 meters, 6 meters, okay? So he can have his options. Mitch stood on C's, out 3 or 4 wide, okay, and played on that. Why? Because
It gives him more time with the ball when he gets the ball.
oh, you know what? On this day, his running game wasn't the option. I don't know why, but guess what?
He kicked them. He kicked them.
He kicked them to death. Number one,
100%.
he controlled them with his mouth, and his passing game was outstanding. So
the 3 things that stood out on Friday night was his kicking game into the basically the red zone, right? He kicked early a lot to turn the big forwards around, and he was screaming at his forwards all night.
his mouth, yeah.
Yeah.
You know
Defense?
what
The defense was brilliant for the
I
Eels.
was going to get. I was
All
gonna
right,
get
it
to
was
that
so
too.
good.
You know, like I say, if you're behind the 8 ball, if you're working behind a losing pack, you got to do something. And I say Nathan doesn't do that in big games or in State of Origins. Well, there's 3 options, and Peterson used to do it all the time. You can either kick your way out of trouble, okay? You can either pass your way out of trouble, you run your way, or use your mouth. And on that game, he used 3 of them.
Did you tell Nick? Did you tell the boys how Addo and Moses actually promised they would win for you?
I did. I told him
the
at
airport?
the airport. Yeah, I did. So yeah. Oh look, I felt bad for you.
Why?
Because the
I
only
knew that-
person. By the way, what a stadium! What an atmosphere! Absolutely amazing. It's my first time at Suncorp. I call it Lane Park.
Lane Park.
So cool being there. Even though I had to take a photo in front of the Queensland.
That was
sign
beautiful.
Queensland beanie because I lost a bet, which is on all the socials. But amazing. But yes, I did feel a little bit guilty because, like I said, when we thought Brisbane won the game, Tanya was the only person who didn't leap up. She was,
You guys know
put
me.
her arm around me, and then when it was reversed, I felt even more guilty about that. But the result honestly didn't matter. Like, it was such a great day. It was a great night. Abracadabra.
So all night. So Caxton Street is like, I've watched footy my whole life, but when I was 18, I literally lived around the corner from Suncorp, and Caxton Street was, you know, you'd go out from like, you know, Wednesday to Sunday and watch footy, Thursday to Sunday or whatever. And Caxton Street, and Meg and I were talking about it, like, you know, you start off at the Caco, you have drinks, and you go to the game. But I was like, that's the kebab store I used to go to at like 12 o'clock. And the whole time Nick's like, I want to get a kebab. And this kebab, it was like abracadabra.
Abracadabra.
I think, look, I'm with Broncos, like they were due for a loss. The minute Walshy's in, he's great, but he needs to understand he's part of a team. It's just fun to go to the game, right?
It's important to note that, and you could visibly see it. Payne Haas was carrying an injury,
Yeah.
which we know
Yeah.
about.
So,
But he could see it on the night. Like he shouldn't have been on the field. He should not have been on the field.
can I just address Brisbane? Sorry, T. Can I address Brisbane? So they got to get they got to get used to being comfortable, being uncomfortable. So they hate being in cycle. So Parramatta got them in cycle. Thank God they didn't grind them. They just got them into cycle. So the first half they were cycling back. Second half they wanted to like he lost. Welsh lost his head. They're cycling and he goes, "I'm going to score now. I'm going to do something crazy. Like I'm going to do one of those harbour bridge passes or whatever." The two spots which Mitch done perfectly was Israel Man and Katoni Staggs. Absolutely ripped poor Israel shoulders apart. They don't connect in. So when the ball passes through, you're supposed to slide through. They don't do that. Brisbane at some stage just go up and then stop and then don't slide across. They boggle my mind for such brilliant kids. Reece, we're talking about Reece. You know, he's either rocks or diamonds. He's got to be more diamonds than rocks. So if he does 4
He needs to be coached.
diamonds, he's got to do
Coached on.
2.
It's coached in here. It's
Yeah.
coached in here.
Well, they've got to do it because it's been 3 years and they haven't found the way. Payne Haas, you're right.
Yeah,
He's
you
So-
could see it.
so-
You could see it.
It's so Payne Haas is a really big thing for the Broncos because what happens is this: Payne Haas bends the line, falls on his front, gets up really quickly, plays the ball. Okay, now the marker's supposed to split and follow the dummy half. Yeah, and then once the dummy half passes to so he checks the dummy half. Once he passes to Reynolds, you're supposed to pressure Reynolds on the inside so he can give the ball quickly. That early release. The minute they don't give an early release, or Reynolds doesn't give an early release, then all the backs from the Broncos, I call it, are on pluses. So or they're all on outside shoulders. That's okay. But guess what? You got the elephant in the room. You got Walshy sweeping behind. So then all of a sudden the line's got to make decisions. They've all got to make decisions. And guess what? 9 times out of 10, because they're shit scared, they make the wrong decisions. That's why Israel Man rips teams apart.
But George,
But they don't do that because Haas wasn't bending the line at all. Sorry, T.
but we were fine without Walsh. Where's Deloise Howder? Where's Dean Mariner? Like, where are all these guys? Like, it's not actually the guys; it's the team makeup. Like, not to say don't get rid of Walsh, but far
Yeah,
out,
don't get rid
like,
of Walsh.
get him with the teammate. Don't
You know what?
do your own thing.
You know what Broncos looked like to me. You know when you got a cot and you got too many toys in it. You got too many nice toys.
Too many.
You haven't got any
theories.
hard working.
But Rob, they've got one of the best. I mean, Maguire's a good coach.
Yeah.
He's a good coach.
Very good coach.
Yeah, he'll figure.
And
It's his
if-
first season
it's-
there too. He'll figure it out.
And he knows what he's got to.
But wait a minute. When you look at the list, are you thinking, can we make the 8 or are we going to get a
They're a
ring?
top 4 side.
Also, George, they were at full strength for the first time in how long?
Yeah.
So he's got to get that. He's got to get their combination
So you-
playing
yeah,
together
and-
for a few weeks.
and you
Yeah,
can't.
I was just pointing out what they
I mean,
didn't do.
the media's been pretty heavy on Walsh, but a lot of the
Oh,
good shit they
not.
did came off
From
him
him.
as well.
Oh yeah, rocks
you
and
know?
diamonds. Yeah.
So let's move on. But I just want to close it off by saying I had a wonderful afternoon. I had a wonderful evening.
Go
I
Eels.
had a wonderful weekend.
Sorry,
I
Meg.
didn't want to come home. Sorry, Meg. Love you. And thanks again for the tickets. That was really sweet of you. Megan Hunt, Third Space Accounting, Brisbane. Look them up for all your accounting needs. Let's move on to Saturday, Super Saturday. and
shock.
The Titans, 24
Mate.
points to 16 over the Warriors in New Zealand. Tam, was it raining?
No,
No. Okay. George, what happened?
they're an opposite.
Andy, did you see this one?
Yeah, vintage foreign.
Tell us about it.
Show me,
Vin-
tell us.
vintage foreign.
Tell us.
Tell us what happened.
I just like
Oh, this just happened to refill itself.
Oh,
Good
mate,
stuff.
you know me. No, I just think I really enjoyed Foreign watching him play because it was a bit of a vintage when he was back at Manly years and years ago. He directed traffic. No, I really enjoyed the game. I did.
I was happy for Des.
Yeah, for Des 500
Me too,
games,
me
yeah,
too.
mate, it's good.
Jaden
it's good.
Campbell. Another one.
Another one.
Another
No,
one. Yeah.
Even Ricky Stewart in his press conference, he defended Des. He said, the players got to take some of the responsibility because I'm
Players got
sick
to
of seeing these idiots on these magazine shows like 360 saying, it's not the players, it's the coach. Well, the players are the ones out there. They've got to take responsibility too.
No,
It's
they-
Mate,
everyone
if you're
plays a
paying
role.
a guy $800,000 a year,
Yeah.
I expect you to.
Everyone
perform.
plays a role. Everyone
And
plays a role.
you know,
Yeah, look, the Gold Coast played well. They actually played well. They got behind at the start,
Yeah.
but they clawed their way back. I think it says a little bit more about the Warriors sort of
I'm not convinced.
not turning it up,
I'm
but
not
there's
convinced.
some issues there. But you know what? Let's go for the positives. G-Man said talked about Foreign. I haven't seen Foreign play like that for
He played.
years.
Well, impressed. It was good to see. I really enjoyed it.
One of Tanya's favourites, Jojo Fafita, scored 2 tries, I
Mate.
think, on the day. And G is good, T. G is
Mm.
good. If Brinson
I miss
plays
Tino though.
yeah,
Oh,
we all
Tino,
miss
yeah.
Tino. If
Another 360 target.
really,
Mm.
if Brinson plays anywhere but fullback, I'll give it up. I'll give it up.
How good was he?
The guy's a fullback.
How good
Full
was he?
stop.
Yeah.
Full stop. And the forwards went forward, and guess what? They scored some really good tries. And you know what? They actually tackled. They defended. They worked hard from the inside. They worked hard from the markers. They covered everybody. They scrambled well. So
Warriors
they won.
bombed
They
about
were
3
good.
tries, but
Who?
Warriors bombed
Warriors-
some tries, but
Warriors. I don't know.
I'm
You
not
know-
convinced, Ron. I don't know what it is.
You know
I'm
what-
just not convinced.
Yeah, you know
I'm
They're
what?
not
still
convinced.
top 4.
Yeah, they are. They've done so much hard work. I really don't want to see them throw it away. But there's the minute that the halfback got injured, and Tanner
Yeah.
Boyd isn't bad. I don't think Tanner Boyd's that bad. but,
Frankie was sitting next to him on the plane on
yeah,
on Thursday.
he's a
yeah.
good kid. Apparently, he's a good
Yeah.
kid. But yeah, that's all I've got for this one. 16. The best thing is that Desi got a victory.
Yeah,
And
it was good to see.
that I'm a massive fan.
It was
I'm a
good to
massive
see.
fan of Dexy. I'm a massive fan of Dexy.
Moving on at Combank, Penrith 36 points to 2 over the Tigers. Not surprising considering Penrith's form of late. They've really seemed to hit their straps. It's disappointing for the Tigers to not get on the scoreboard.
I
Right.
was
Mate,
I was there for that one.
I'm a
this
tragic
one.
Tiger supporter. You
Joel,
know
talk
that.
to me. Talk to me.
So, Rob, I'll use that old word, insipid
Yeah.
attack,
Yeah.
where they have absolutely nothing in the red zone. They are lackluster. There's people on big money. As a Tiger supporter, you know me, Rob. I've been
Yeah. forever.
Tigers all my life.
How's my dad
I
feeling?
am
Regan?
so disillusioned with that side. I don't know mate. I don't know where to start. I watch it every week, and I'm so pumped, and by come 15 minutes into the game, I think there's no improvement from last week. There's nothing.
And what do you think that is?
Me personally, I love Benji to death, but he's got to go.
Benji's got to go.
Got to go.
But they won't give you won't give him any time.
Rob, if you run a professional soccer team, do you how many games do you give a guy till you start winning?
I remember.
I wouldn't,
No.
mate. He wouldn't last 5 minutes
I swear
working
to-
with me.
I
I'll tell you,
swear-
they'd be gone.
You might remember this. I swear to God, I'll
Maybe
look
gone.
it up. I think it was 3 years ago. I don't know if it was Bologna. It was a low place Serie A team in Italy. The coach got sacked on the Friday, and before the game,
Yeah.
they lost the game. The replacement got sacked, and he got rehired on Monday. 3 days later, he got rehired.
Wrong.
Do you remember what I'm
I
talking
know what
about?
you're talking about. Mate, I'm a firm believer. If you don't perform, get out.
Okay. I was there, so I'll tell you what I saw. You know what? Penrith are starting to get some of their good habits back. Their defense was outstanding. The scramble was outstanding. They're just a brick wall, and they just suffocate you. The first half, Tigers actually played good.
Rob, I like the new winger they got. You know that Islander boy on the wing?
Isaac.
I really liked him. And I like that Suka, you know, the second row guy?
Yep.
He impressed me.
Can you tell us?
Tony Suka.
Yeah,
I've
I
been-
like him.
I've been vocally critical of the Tigers this year, right?
Have
And-
you?
As I've heard.
No, and a lot of my and
As
you
I've heard.
know, and you know how many of my mates are Tigers
No,
fans.
I know that.
But no one's been more critical of Parra than me as well. I try and call
Can
it
I
as I
just tell you
see.
something, Nick?
I'm-
My
yeah.
daughters, right, when they were born, I told them, if you want to live in this house, you have to be a Tiger supporter. right?
That's how it rolls
My
in my head.
youngest one, Laura, comes up to me and goes, Dad, how come you made us support a shit team?
You know, I don't know. Sorry, Nikiko.
No, go Tank. Go.
Oh, no, I don't-
Sorry.
I don't know if Andy saw it, heard it last week, but Meg, who Nick did the shout out to, one of her staff members, her brother-in-law is Tristan Hope
Okay, yeah.
for the Tigers. And I think I heard part of this game, but he actually did all right. So he played at the beginning of the year and then he came back
Yes.
last week and then he's obviously, week before, but he actually did all right. I did remember hearing them say a few things about him, how he stuffed up or whatever. And Nick does shit on the Tigers a lot. For me, I hated the Tigers years
I've heard.
ago.
I'm only speaking what I believe to be the truth.
I know,
right?
but
and the results reflect that, right? You've got
yes.
and I've said the same thing about Para, right? Until you get your shit sorted upstairs, like the Tigers, with all due respect, and I want to ask you about this, we've got 5 or 6 premiership winners in that squad.
Nick,
They
don't,
should not be where they are.
I know,
right?
but you can't do that. It's a completely different
What?
mindset.
Well, Jerome Luai, no tries, no line breaks this year. The
You
marquee
love that.
signing.
I'm going to get that on a t-shirt for you for
Just one other thing.
Christmas.
You mentioned Tristan. Meg's listens to us, right? Shout out to Tristan, who I met on Friday. What a fucking champion.
Different
that guy
Tristan,
is.
but yes.
Different
yeah.
Tristan. What a champion. So please get Meg to pass that on. He's such a
I'll get him
nice
to
guy,
listen to it.
and he's inspired me as well.
Yeah.
Andy, I want to ask you, like, what you tell me, what's your take? What's your assessment of the Tigers, and what do you expect, and what are you seeing or not seeing?
Every week, look, this is what happens in my household. Every week, Monday, I think, fuck, we're playing Titans this week, you know, we're a chance. So the phone starts ringing. I talk to all the boys, the Tiger supporters, all my mates, and we live in this hope that maybe we might be competitive. And come 15 minutes into the game, we're ringing each other, telling each other off with the shits. But
Why?
because
What's going
it's
on?
disheartening to see a team when you're pay, look, I'm a firm believer. If I pay you a wage, you do your job.
Yeah.
If you don't perform, get out and I'll get someone else who will. But you've got players who were playing at other clubs who were good players. They come to Tigers and they're shit. Yeah. They don't perform. And that's
Can I say
that
one
comes
thing
to me
before you-
from the leadership.
Can I say one thing before you do? I've said this numerous times. I don't know if you've heard or not. In my opinion, you look at a club and the thing that's missing is the identity, right? And the reason
Should never have merged with Magpies. I'll tell you now.
the reason
that was
I
a
say
big,
that-
no, I'll tell you now, Rob.
The
No,
re-
I'll tell you now.
The reason I say that, right, is because 13, 14 years not making the semis, right? So something's wrong, right? Now they got 4 fucking home grounds, right? That's the first problem. The second problem is that they should be the West Tigers from under 6s up, not Balmain, not Western Suburbs. It should be one
Nick, the
entity.
Tigers has got no money.
But this is my
the
point,
Tigers
right?
have no money in
But
that
this,
merger.
but this should have happened in the year 2000, right? It should be one club from under 6s up. You got that separation all the way up to Cup, George.
Yeah, no, I don't like.
Right?
I don't like it. I don't.
Even
like
in
that.
Cup, it's Western Suburbs,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
But you
Yeah,
know what I
no,
mean?
I hate
Where's the identity?
Yeah.
Right? Like it's only when you make first grade you're a West Tiger. It should be from under 6s. And
Which jersey are you playing for?
Exactly. And
Rob,
you shouldn't
the
be
old
playing.
saying, Tugger Coleman.
And you shouldn't be playing. You can't tell me you enjoy going to Parramatta Stadium to watch a home
No, I
game,
don't.
right?
I don't.
And they shouldn't be playing at Homebush. Pick Campbelltown, pick Leichhardt, or just pick those 2. But it's the simple things that they're getting wrong from the top down, in my opinion.
And
Before you even get to the footy team.
yeah, and I'll get to the football team. That same word, identity. Who are the West Tigers on the field? So every team has got an identity.
Yes, we haven't got one.
Yeah, if I well that makes it hard too. Why? Because if we say Penrith, we all know the identity. We all know what they do. So then you can go and recruit, or you can go and breed the player you want. So Benji hasn't given them an identity. Getting good players and putting them all in the team means nothing.
Rob, when you go to Canterbury,
Mm.
what does Gus Gould do? He gives you a historical lesson when
Yes.
you walk in that door,
Absolutely.
and he tells you the culture and what's expected of you.
Yep.
When you go to Tigers, what are you talking about? You're talking about the Magpies, or you're talking about the Tigers? Who are you talking about?
Well, you should be
No,
talking
because
about
who are
the
you
team's
talking
goals.
about? I don't know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I'm a
well-
Tigers supporter, but what about the Maggie guy?
That.
That's the problem, Ron. You have no passion when we all support rugby league and we all love the Tigers and we all. But at the end of the day, I haven't got an identity.
Yeah. No, I agree. And the team hasn't got an identity.
They haven't. And imagine these players.
Yeah, and that's half.
They walk in. They go to the what's that thing at Concord, Nick? What's that called? The Centre of Excellence.
Yeah.
Right, Concord.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. But when you walk in, you've got Maggie's on one side, you've got Tiger players on the other side.
That's the way it is, unfortunately. Merger doesn't work.
Come on.
I think it definitely, like Andy's so the same as me, as you guys would know. You need to, it comes from the top. It's about leadership. It's about who you hire, how you hire, because it's my life, right? But also, and look, Benji, maybe he's a bit early on in his career as a coach, but what kind of support has he got around him? From a leadership perspective, he should have support to be a better coach. Now, we don't have this same opinion of the Titans because we all like Des, right? Or Des is older and he's 500th game, whatever. Yeah. But the Titans have the shittest culture. Like, I don't care if West Tigers is all separated by 3 clubs or whatever, the Titans, but we would never blame Des, right? And I think it's just, guys, get to a point where you're so frustrated with obviously the game and the coach and everything else that it just everyone is almost a target, right? Like I didn't like the Tigers for many years for a few reasons. And Nick can tell you why offline, but now, like even last year, like I've actually come to enjoy like the game, like, and it was George that really made me like enjoy the Panthers. And obviously when Luai and Taruva moved over, like I watched them a bit more, the Tigers, and I feel for them. Like I was saying to Nick before, I was on the board for Southport Tigers up here, so same jersey, same colours. I was like, maybe it's just the jersey. But they just need, like, I don't know, a come to Jesus talk. All of them need to just put all their shit aside and be like, this is for the kids, this is for the game.
It's beyond the team. It starts upstairs. Like, again, as you know, most of I live in Concord, for Christ's sake, right? You're talking to someone who hasn't won a premiership since I was 11.
Yeah.
So I understand the pain. You know what I mean? And a lot of my friends need to clear their heads and all the smoke and mirrors bullshit, see through it. And the club needs an enema, just like Parramatta does.
Flushing.
Right? And things like, again, you look, if you go back to the Galvins, like, you know yourself, when Shane Richardson came in, he goes, we're going to focus on youth. Now they've lost two really good young players so far this year, right? You look at the Galvin saga, that should never have hit the wires. We shouldn't have even known about it, right? Shane Richardson was the one who came out and released a public statement. So he stepped in his own shit, the CEO, right? And that put pressure on everyone around him and underneath him, put his club in the headlines. That's like, from a guy with his experience, what the fuck is that?
But
and then he did a podcast a week later.
But you also got to remember, Nick, the media look for anything that's Tiger related.
But it doesn't help when he comes out
come in and just absolutely decimate them every time. And that's another thing.
It doesn't help when a week later he does a podcast.
Yeah, but
this at the time,
100%.
and he says now that we're not re-signing Galvin, you know, we're going to let players like De Silva go, but now we can use that money to keep them. Well, if you're De Silva, you're going to go,
who'd you keep? You kept Happy Carousel.
Yeah, but
no.
He let all these players go.
No, he actually said on the pod about 3 months ago, he actually said the money that we're going to use with Galvin,
now we can buy.
We're going to let young players like De Silva. He actually named him.
He was going to let them go to keep Galvin.
He goes, well, now we can use it. Well, if you're the player, you're going, fuck that, you know. So you got to be smarter than that.
Nick, the Tigers are just Titans 10 years ago. Like,
how long are the fans going to put up with it?
Well, I'm not a Titans fan, but they're still over that shit. They had so much crap. That's when I sponsored them. Like,
but what did I say? The smoke and mirrors. I'm talking about, and again, you can go back and listen to it because I said it on here. Galvin was criticised for criticising Benji Marshall, and everyone attacked him for that. And I said, well, wait a second. Look at Benji's record. Speaks for itself so far.
Yeah, but Nick, look at the Titans 10 years ago. You guys are in Sydney, so you look at Tigers.
What's that got to do with it?
They're just like, they're exactly the same as Tigers.
They've made the finals in the last 14 years.
Yeah, I know, but the same drama. Again, all of your stuff is more concentrated.
They went bankrupt.
Yes, all your stuff is concentrated because it's down there. I just, you know what? they're going to make a decision. They need to make it. If not, we'll be just talking about this for a while. But
all I'm saying is, if the shit doesn't come to the surface, it'll never get fixed. That's what I'm saying.
but also as
Right,
a
if you want to
I
have a-
look at Canterbury all the time. Each player in that team will die for the guy next to him.
100%,
Would that
100%.
happen in the Tigers? I go to work every morning. I'm relying on the guy next to me. If the shit hits the fan, I'm relying on my work colleague to keep me out to save my life. Okay, I expect that on the field. If it's not happening at the Tigers, they're just
Honestly, until now, where I'm starting to think, I haven't seen it at Para for forever as well.
It's
But-
happening now.
yeah.
I hope it is, George.
And-
I really
and
hope it
in
is
terms-
happening at Parramatta because it's not happening at the Tigers.
Yeah, look, you know what? In terms of the Tigers, they're in a little bit better position than the Gold Coast because
yeah,
truly, and I say this because I'm stupid enough to watch the Reggies. They are so stacked,
Romp, are they better than
There's
last
two
year?
junior bases, George.
so stacked.
Are they better than last year?
What do you mean? This
Tigers?
team?
Yeah. What,
Yeah.
Well, they
I
are.
think
this
they
year?
are. I think they are.
Marginally better. I wouldn't.
I think
yeah.
they are better, but they're not terrible.
No, they're not terrible, but they're not good, Ron.
they could be better.
You look at them in the red zone; they are inept of attack.
Yeah, they are.
If
Guys,
the best you
I
can
think-
do is Luai doing a little kick behind
From-
and it's
from
hoping
what-
to God that someone's going to run in.
From
That's not first grade, Ron.
Duran's got to do more.
From what I've
Duran's
heard,
gotta do
from
more.
what I've heard, and all three of you know who my sources are within that club, right? Close to the coach himself. Going back to the story about Galvin, when and you all know this story, right? Where Benji said, "Do you want to address the team?" After that whole incident, and Jerome Luai, Api Coruscant, and Taruva all turned their backs on him.
Well, that's disrespect for the kid
That's-
and for the coach.
But that's Benji not controlling the situation,
100%.
right? And
100%.
the clique is running the show, and the clique's not performing.
Yeah, you know what? The issue is that you can get rid of Benji, and that's no problem. But you got to find someone better than Benji.
Well,
Who's
But they're
that-
out
who's that
there,
man?
George.
There's out there,
that
Ron.
man?
They're out
Tell me
there.
one.
I said Brad Arthur.
Put the
for
money
one.
on the
right?
table and you'll get who you want.
Brad Arthur's one,
Brad Arthur.
right?
I agree, Brad. With
Again,
Brad Arthur,
when
I
you
agree.
when you do a comparison, right? And it's easy to say now because it looks like it's starting to work out. When you do a comparison, Jason Ross said, "Gutho, we love you. You got to go."
Yeah.
Right? Because I've got a youngster who's going to he's played one game in first grade,
No, but he can-
but he's going to be our fullback, right? The Tigers had the chance to do it with Coruscant, but we're going to hang on to the 31-year-old or however old he is. I don't know how old he is. And we're going to let our young guy, 20-year-old, go.
I think he wants.
They
to
were
go
in the
anyway.
same
No,
situation.
he actually wanted to stay.
He wanted to stay.
He
The
was-
Silver
oh,
wanted
the
to
Silver
stay.
wanted to
Sorry,
stay. He didn't
sorry,
want to leave.
sorry.
No, he
But
didn't want to
because he
leave.
said, "But I don't want to be on the bench, and I want to develop into a first grade
So
player."
yeah,
So he had to go elsewhere.
So if you look at Moses, I don't know if you've heard us about Turbo. We call him Tampon because he's in for one game, out for three. Right?
Yeah.
Moses is starting to be like that now as well. You know what I mean? So when your players are over 30, you got to start thinking forward. Coruscant is going to start picking up injury after injury.
But see when he's playing him off the bench, he comes off for a while now.
Yeah, well, I know.
He was very good on
I just-
Saturday.
He-
He
he's
was
got-
very
he's
good.
got-
all I'm saying is,
Very
if
good.
Benji wasn't the youngest coach, he wouldn't get shut on so much because there are older coaches that are more revered and
Yeah, but
respected.
Dan, it's more that Ben. We were talking about this before. He's got
Performance-based.
no experience. He's never worked as an
He
assistant.
also has no support from leadership. You should know that, Nick.
which makes it even worse. for someone
Exactly.
who's got no experience.
But I don't feel like there's, again, we're talking about a team. It's not just his fault.
It's a poor decision again from upstairs. Like you need, in my opinion, you need a better coach
But
in
it-
there who will control the playing group.
But if a
Not let
coach,
them control him.
if another coach goes in, guarantee they still won't work because upstairs
Or-
is shit.
But
Like
in
Tigers.
my opinion, the best coach you've had, in my opinion, in the last 15 years was Mick Potter.
He's got the best record.
Yeah, he did really,
coach.
really well,
Good
and
coach.
he
He's
did
got the
so.
best record,
Anyway,
Rob.
we
Good
should move
coach.
on, but I don't know. He did really well.
Good coach.
Yeah, he
Potter's a
did.
good coach.
He did. There's too much talent there. Again, you got 5 or 6 rings in that squad. There's too much talent for them to be where they
someone
are.
to mould it together and
Look very quickly. We'll move on. Taruva was good at
at
least.
fullback is great.
He
Taruva,
played all of his juniors at
Yeah,
fullback.
no, he's
Taruva
good.
was
I've got
good.
no problem with him.
I don't really care what Terrell May did or what his personality is
Taylor
like.
or Terrell?
Taylor. The
The
brother.
the front rower.
The one
So,
who,
Terrell, mate.
I don't care what he did. He should have been wearing blue. I don't care.
No, he talked himself out
Yeah,
of it.
I don't care.
Because
don't
you
care.
know why?
Because
Didn't he
when
throw it in
goes
the
on
bin?
field,
They
when he goes
can't
on the
help
field,
No, he said to his mate, and he said it
because he was
fucking recorded. Throw New South Wales jersey in the bin. So if they're going to pick him, someone who says that.
he was awesome. He was
Should
he was
pick the
awesome
winners.
on Saturday night.
What did I say to you the other night at your place? What did I say? I go when we were Thursday night.
You said
we
you
were
love
talking about
Benji
Origin.
Marshall. I heard
I,
it.
did, I didn't say that. I like Benji, but
Everyone likes me.
I said
Everyone
I
likes
said people we argue about this every year it comes up, right? But I honestly believe down here in New South Wales, we do not have what they have in Queensland.
Georgie's-
We don't believe in the shirt the way they do.
there's no Craig Coleman.
No,
No,
no.
Tiger.
Yeah.
no.
George,
No, there isn't.
True
No, there
tan or
isn't.
not?
There
Is that what I was
Tell
saying?
them the story, Rob, about Tugger.
Tugger watching from training.
From the trees.
Couldn't coach for shit, but it's the jersey.
Loves the jerseys.
Queensland have a belief in there. Oh, and I promise Tanya, I'll send you a photo after. We do have a Wally Lewis.
He's my
on the
favorite. He's
wall.
my favorite all-time player.
We do.
Wally's my favorite all-time player.
yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
But,
So
yeah,
rated.
let's move on.
One thing, because you rat shit on Jerome, and I usually stick up for Jerome, but you know what? Pushing an 18 or 19-year-old kid to control the team.
Who's it, young
well,
Fainu?
well, yeah. Well, you got 4 rings, and you're,
What did
you're
I
the
say
captain.
2 weeks ago?
It's not right.
What did I say 2 weeks
It's
ago?
not right.
I said he's being forced out of his position to accommodate a rookie.
It's just not right. Yeah, it's not
Marquee
right.
signing,
not right.
captain,
Not
no
right.
tries, no line breaks.
Not right. Yeah. No,
so
it's not
far
right.
this year.
It's not right. Pushing a
They
youngster.
need more out of him.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
his kicks are the same.
He's got a great short kicking game, but that's all really he's got.
And Penrith
And he does have a great short kicking game.
and Penrith are awesome. And let's
Yeah,
move
true.
on.
And they're getting better and better. But
They're-
anyway,
they're
let's
awesome.
move on because Tanya's getting pissed off at me. I can see it.
I have
Um,
not.
The next game, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Sharkies 14 points to 12 over the Rabbitohs.
Listen to this, T. G-Man, tell me what you told me about the fullback.
The young bloke
Yeah.
with the white headgear.
Oh,
What's
Guy
his
Gray.
name, Rob? I forget his
Guy
name.
Gray.
T, what's his name?
Tanya
Guy
London.
Gray. I thought
He's
he.
a great little player. I love him.
Queenslander,
He's
do you know that?
energetic.
He's a
I
Queenslander.
don't care if he comes from Timbuktu. He's a good player, Rob. I like
He's a
him.
very good player.
He's a good
And
player.
isn't it-
I reckon he's very energetic, and he just adds a bit of life to it. You know,
He
no,
was
it's good.
he was leading Artie's Dally M's.
He was
Artie's
until.
spot's up for Artie's lost his spot, mate. You know, that.
He's gone.
But
He's gone.
he-
He's gone. I'm telling you, he's gone. Look, he can stay in Greece. He's not coming back here.
He was leading Daily M, and he is absolutely brilliant until their version of Walsh came back, and
true.
and it
Good
shafted him. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
we'll take him back. I don't mind.
Great player.
Did he play for Brisbane, did he?
No, he's Queensland though.
Oh.
He's a Liverpool boy, isn't he?
Yeah, but his first game, his first
Another Greg Inglis.
No, great.
South did well considering their injury and suspensions. Told.
yeah.
I don't think this was about South Sydney. I think it was more about Cronulla. South Sydney is depleted. South Sydney is depleted. They're probably not going to win another
Most
game all
injuries
year.
out of everyone,
But but look, you know what? They put in and they tried really hard. So I'm not going to go through each individual player. They tried their hardest. It's all about the team. Apparently, who's going to make the top 4, but I don't know about that. They had so much ball in good ball areas, and they just couldn't score a try. They couldn't score more.
Was
than
that more
14
South's
points.
defence, Rob, or was it more just their?
No. This team apparently is a top 4 team,
Exactly,
G-Man.
Yeah, no,
And
no,
they couldn't crack them. They kept on getting turned away. They're really good at getting downfield, Cronulla. But when it comes to the red zone,
Did nothing.
they got nothing. And you know what? This is what drives me
What
crazy.
about the $1 million man?
Who's that?
Hines.
Hines.
Yeah.
He was poor today. He was poor on
So he's played
Saturday.
two good games in
Yeah.
2 years.
He played good a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, he was poor. What annoys me actually now? Will Kennedy. Will Kennedy probably was the best player again.
On the field, yeah.
Again, okay. And they offered him $300,000, and he said yes because the idiot will take anything because he wants to play for Cronulla, and they've pulled the contract off the table. So I have no idea why they don't want.
He'd get more elsewhere, wouldn't he?
Probably would, but he wants to play Cronulla. He wants to play for Cronulla.
Lives in-
Why?
He's a Cronulla boy.
He lives in the Shire.
The shy boy.
Peachy.
They were terrible. Fanul Blake was terrible. Thank God Blake Grayley, thank God he's on fire and he was playing well. But in general,
He
his team was a
rejected
load of
he
rubbish.
rejected
was
a
the guy that got-
contract
who was it?
extension.
Yeah,
He rejected a contract
Yeah.
extension as well.
Yeah.
Who got belted and he got knocked out?
Yes, the swinging arm. You mean?
Someone got belted and
Yeah,
got
yeah.
knocked.
He just went to jiu-jitsu and he got
What's his
found.
name?
Jack White and
Yeah,
shoulder charged. Who was it? He shoulder
did he
charged.
belt?
Another fucking road scholar there, Jack.
Yeah.
Anyway, he shoulder charged someone. He wasn't a shoulder charge, but it was a head clash. But he just got found guilty on that.
4 weeks.
Yeah, 4 weeks. So I don't know about that.
And Canberra offered him $1 million to stay. How's that
Should-
looking now?
Should have taken it. This game was a disappointment.
It was a bit lackluster, wasn't
It was
it?
disappointing.
It was very lackluster.
And I would be buying Lewis Dodd an airfare ticket back to the north of England. That's me.
800,000. Is that how much they paid
Yeah,
for him?
Yeah. And you know how they found him?
You wouldn't feed him.
Yeah, but the poor guy's played 3 games for
I do
him.
Yeah,
feel
but
for
Nick, you wouldn't feed him.
I do
really.
feel for him.
800,000.
I do feel for him. but
Bennett didn't give him a chance.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I have been watching. I did watch him last
Wasn't that
year and
his
the year
third game?
before. Yeah, he was. I did watch him last year and the year before at Super League, and I knew what was going to happen. I knew
George,
exactly what
George,
was gonna happen.
for me to put it in perspective, because we don't know if we can keep him, Shibasaki's on 85K.
Yeah. I think
Wow.
he'll stay for.
And
I know
you
the
have
Broncos have a bit of a
guys,
salary cap squeeze, but I think he'll
yeah,
stay for.
but you
less.
have guys that are not that good, and he's on 85K. I'll hire him.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm a fan of
he's done well.
Japanese Immortal.
So if we ever talk
No,
about
Future
like
Japanese Immortal.
contracts and stuff, we just remember that is what he's on and compare him to
Yeah,
other
Chigasaki.
players.
Yeah, but you got to.
Is there any third party money there to
There's
keep him
heaps.
there?
There's heaps. There's
Because
heaps. Yeah.
85.
But you got to remember how he got to the Broncos. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
I
won whatever.
know.
Now he can talk turkey. Now he can talk
Yeah,
turkey.
yeah. But he'll stay too for
He'll
130.
stay.
I think so.
He'll stay, but he won't be getting 80,000. He'll be on 300,000 to 400,000.
No, I think all they can offer him is 130 for next year.
They've got a
Keep him-
very
to keep
very
him under
tight cap.
The cap's tight.
They've got a very
Melbourne.
tight.
Yeah,
cap,
I'm
especially if they're gonna keep Haas as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've got to keep us.
He'll-
They've got
he'll-
no
Top
option.
5 on the market.
They've got
Payne
no option.
Haas will be the highest paid player in the game.
They've got no
Mm.
option. They've got to keep Payne. There's no
Um,
option. The whole system works around
He's
Payne.
one of the best forwards I've
Yeah,
seen.
the whole system, the whole Bronco
Structure,
system
everything
works
works
around Payne Haas.
Meters.
Everything goes forward. Everything goes through.
He's a John Scandali of Brisbane.
Oh yeah. I don't know
100%.
if he's good as Scando, but my father loves Scando. Hey,
That was awesome.
Mate, 10 metres every game.
mate, 10 minutes. Mate, loves Scandalis.
Sunday
Scandali.
afternoon, the Raiders machine kept on rolling.
How good
44
was that?
points to 18 over the confusing Newcastle Knights. I don't know what to make of that team.
Easy. Newcastle terrible, and the Raiders have got sort of this bug that they can put their foot down whenever
Can
they
they
want.
do it when it matters, George?
That's what
They're
I'm-
very
They've got the
young.
defence to hold in the centres
That's
come
what I'm
semi-final
not sure.
time.
That's what I'm not sure. I don't think I've seen him. I've seen him in cycle. I haven't seen him in grind. So I can't wait to see. I think the
I want to
last
see him
two
play Canterbury or
they're going to play
or
one of those
Melbourne.
teams soon.
Yeah.
Canterbury
When
or
you
Melbourne.
guys were talking about Melbourne, I mean, I can't see past them this year, but I think I said it last week. It's one of those seasons where normally you got 2 or 3 teams that you'll put in the grand final and one of them's going to miss out. This year, I don't see it. This year, I don't know who's going to be there.
No,
I
don't
think
know.
Melbourne will be,
But I
really
think you
don't
can
know.
use
No
Melbourne as a
idea.
gauge
but it's wide
for
open.
your defence. Because
Yeah.
Melbourne is a really good attacking team.
Attacking.
Tan-
team.
Who's
Attacking team. I'm not talking defence at the moment.
Tan,
Okay.
who's in the grand final?
I gauge a team's.
Last time Raiders met the
They can
Storm,
hold.
they beat the Storm. I said it to you guys last year. Raiders are like those little ninja, like they've just been ticking away, finessing their game. I'm not like they've had some of the hard games already. I'm just looking. Dogs beat them in round, but yeah, they won by 2 against the Storm. I don't know. I would hope the Raiders and another team are in. Just switch it up a bit. Raiders,
You know what?
Broncos.
Honestly, this year I can honestly say I don't know.
Raiders, Canterbury.
Maybe I don't know.
That'd be a
I
good
don't-
one.
That'd be a good one. That'd be a good final.
I don't know. But all I know is when they put their foot down and score
Unstoppable.
all those tries, they look beautiful. They really do. They're luscious. Some of the players they've got.
Have they got the defence in them, Rob?
That's what I don't know, Gene.
But we've been
Honestly.
saying this all year. We've been
That's what
saying
I
we
don't
don't
know.
know. And then we
I
see them
don't know.
every week when we see them like pull out of scenarios where they shouldn't have pulled out.
Yeah. Ethan Strange, I mean, KO Weeks, my God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even
How good's Papali playing now?
Timika, Papali's
Yeah.
all of a sudden got a
He's
Lease of life.
second wind of life. And you know what? When everybody comes back, Owen Paddy's not even on the bench. That's how good they are. He's not even on the bench.
But
And
Jed-
Horsburgh, God.
Jed
Zach Horsburgh.
Jed Stewart slotted in really nicely.
Jed Stewart, again, when everybody's back, he's not in the team. Jed Stewart.
Sasagi is really good as well. Like they've got
They're all
Weeks.
good.
What's his name? Who played for New South Wales?
Starling,
Hudson Young.
Hudson Young is killing it.
Canberra's one of those. It's like I said about the Dolphins. Like they're not a threat because everyone's like, oh, you know, it's a new team. Same with Canberra. Canberra doesn't belong to any kind of state, but and same with Warriors. But they're just going to cruise along, and you'll see. And look who's in, like, you know, the up and coming Warriors, Dolphins not as much, but Raiders. They've got that extra chip on their shoulder that Queenslanders have, so they work a bit harder, you know.
No, Queenslanders don't have a chip on their shoulder.
No, but
at
with
all.
Paul Cousin, remember I said this last time.
You got to stop that shit right now.
Hey, no, we need to do it because we
Singing
need to
that
keep
song
winning
for
Origin.
50 years.
It's not
I'm
good.
happy with that. I'm going to jump off, guys. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
I've got a massive day tomorrow, and I've got a few things that have just popped up for
Good
work-wise.
luck with everything. Good luck with everything.
And Andy you need to get a fourth seat in there because I think Andy should still be in when Artie's back. That's really
He'll be a
good.
regular now, too.
Mate,
He'll be a
I'll tell
regular
you,
now.
Arthur's lost his spot.
He's
He's gone.
Lost the
Tell
job.
you.
Poor Artie.
Arthur's been dropped the cup.
He dropped the cup, the
He's
poor
got to
guy.
play
But
Regis.
no,
Reggie's captain.
I can't put it on over my headset, but here for the cameras.
Yeah, I've got proof. I've got video proof. I've got photo proof. I've got everything. It's great.
She does.
Andy,
Have-
give my love to Louisa and
I will. Thank you, Tanya.
have a good
I'll
night.
meet you.
Don't bring
I'll
up
meet you in
tigers.
the flesh one day. I will meet you in the flesh.
Yeah.
Good luck with everything. I'll talk
Thank
to you
you.
tomorrow.
See you,
See you
T.
guys.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye, T.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I look like a fucking porn star.
Doesn't look as good as it did 5 seconds ago.
Nah.
But anyway.
What do you do?
Bulldogs 42 points to 4 over the Eagles. Everyone, including me, was expecting a close game here. What happened?
Me too. You know what?
I won't lie, I didn't see it 'cause I was
I watched it.
sleeping.
I watched it. You know what? The professor brought his team down, and he was going to use the same tactics that he's used the 4 last meetings, Nicola, and where they got the win. And what that was he was going to desecrate our middles. And guess what? The first 10, 15 minutes, it was working a treat, Nicola. He absolutely ripped our middles. But as the game got on, as the game went on, the arm wrestle and then the grind started.
Yeah.
And then the minute the grind started,
played in the
you
academy
could
games.
see cracks
You played in the
appearing
academy
everywhere.
games.
And let me point some stats out. Bulldogs had 87% possession. They made 1,000 more running meters than Manly. 1,000 more running
1,000?
meters. 1,000 more running meters than Manly.
That's a kilometre.
They had 11 line breaks compared to 2. Their kicking meters, Nicola, 350. Manly only had 138 kick meters. The offloads were 21 to 8. They actually dominated this game. Now the
Possession, right? What
it
was
was
the possession?
the possession. Well, we had 80%. I don't know. I didn't write that one down, mate. But it would have been high. It would have been high. I'll get it now. Possession. No. We had 56%, and they
So
had
it was
44.
50-50, yeah, roughly.
Yeah, 44. So that's pretty big. So I loved it. This combined cycle with grind. What I talk about when you put the two together, that's the type of rugby league I like. Good, hard rugby league.
Burton played well.
Who?
Burton.
Burden.
I like Burton.
Burden. So what happens with the youngster in Galvin? It releases Burden to run and just run, do what he's good at, run. So they let Lockie control, and you know what? How quickly he's learned from a couple of weeks ago who he wanted to do everything to be calm, to look in front of him, and to play very square and
So
direct.
what does that come down to, Ron?
Coaching, absolutely.
We're talking
Coaching.
about Reece Walsh for half an hour. Comes down, he just answered the question.
Yeah, so he's in 3 weeks. He's completely changed his game, and he's playing a Canterbury way. Not yet, but he's playing a Canterbury way. He'll just keep on getting better. So what that does is it releases Burton to run and run and run. I really feel sorry for Tommy. Bronson Cherry absolutely schooled him.
Yeah.
Schooled him. He was the spot, and I don't know why you spot him up, but he was the spot, and they were just buzzing around him, and they just exposed his outside shoulder. They ripped it off at some stage. He missed about 4 tackles, which
Wow.
led into 2 tries and 2 bad, mad breaks. Carraz, mate, for a winger, if he's not wearing green, at the
State
end of the year,
of origin.
must
Gotta
be.
be.
Must be, and this very malign lightweight pack, Nicola. You know what?
Mobile.
They,
They're mobile.
they make fun of us. We're small, but guess what?
Yeah, but they're mobile.
We
Ron.
absolutely destroyed the middles of Manly, and I really enjoyed it because they've beat us 4 times now.
A lot of criticism came the Bulldogs' way in the lead up to this one as well, saying they haven't beaten anyone. And considering
We have-
Manly's last up win, this was emphatic.
It's the style. It's the way we did it. It's the style we used it. Now,
And I saw the highlights. Burton had an absolute blow.
He had a big game. I watched it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he had a big game.
I still don't understand. Sorry to digress. As the 18th man,
Mhm.
why he didn't take the number 6 jumper for New South Wales,
Oh right.
or
okay.
why,
Ask thing.
or why,
Ask,
why would Laurie Daly? And no
Ask Loz.
offense to Jacob Carraz, but why would you bring in a winger as 18th man?
Again, ask
A
Loz.
winger.
Ask Loz. I don't know.
Anyway,
I don't know.
Burton had a pearl.
Yeah. So sorry. So back to it. Yeah. So I enjoyed it. So as the game got on and we just kept on grinding them, Manly just kept on going backwards and backwards and backwards. Manly won't make the 8.
No
They're
way.
not good enough. They
No
won't be 8.
way.
What I expect from Canterbury is to build on this victory and that's it. Click in now.
Ron, when's the time of the year that you got to click in?
Now, Dogs of War. Now,
Yeah, it's 100%.
grind. I'm expecting them to grind the Gold Coast into the ground to oblivion this week, and just to
Where they're
keep on
playing here or up there?
and just to continue that role. So you can cycle, which thing does, which Canberra cycles. I haven't seen them grind, but Canterbury, Melbourne,
They can, yeah, but Canterbury can
They
drive
grind.
it, Ron.
the thing is you got to do it together.
Yeah.
You got to cycle and grind together.
Okay.
That's what happened here.
Traditionally, Canterbury's a grinding team. It will grind you down and wear you out and then put you to sleep.
And you would understand this, G-Man. I enjoy watching that type of rugby league
Yes.
because of the 80s team.
100%.
'Cause
I agree
we-
with you. 100%.
Because back in the 80s, the Canterbury team had no way in the world to be in the same category as the Parramatta team. No way. On paper, we shouldn't be even on the same paper.
No,
on
but that
it,
would
okay?
wear
It was
you-
the
that would-
style. It was
that
the
would
style.
wear you down.
The style. I mean, for God's sake, Kenny Sterling, that's it right there. Kenny Sterling, that's it.
To
That's it.
world-class
That's it.
players.
They should rip us apart. But guess what? We would suck them into a dog
They
fight.
bring you down to your level and just
Suck
wear
him
you
into a
away.
dogfight, yeah.
Mate, I was in
What,
Orisea. I love Canterbury.
what I like about the doggies is they're scrambling. So they'll miss a tackle. That's okay.
But that's a
They
culture. Ron.
scramble.
That's a culture.
Culture.
And that's club based.
culture.
That's when you walk, like I said, you walk in the door and Good gives you a history lesson.
I'll tell you something.
It's amazing. I love it. I love it.
I'll tell you something that happened this year. And on the weekend, they showed that they're still together. When you get Galvin in,
Yep.
and you just got one of your mates going back
You,
to
ra-
Reggie's,
you rattled the chain a
you
bit.
surely you had to rattle the team.
yeah.
And guess what? They went out this week and they love each other so much to cover each
What
other's
did Phil
arse.
Good do? Called the meeting straight away and addressed the issue.
Of course he did. Of course
He
he
said,
did.
"You're over here to play it all together, boys." That's a club romp. That's what I'm talking. It's missing.
Yeah, but everybody hasn't got Phil Good.
But
Everybody
they've
No,
hasn't.
but
also-
there's enough people been around Phil Gould to know how he
But the
operates.
Bulldogs, they
know how he
also
operates.
have in the change room and everything, they have these affirmation signs
Yes.
that and they believe in the team first thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They do.
Penrith do the same.
Penrith
Do the same.
Para have started doing the same under Riles. I've heard. I've read. Sorry,
No,
I've read.
They are. I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something that I know for a fact because I watch a lot of video. I've been watching them now for 2 years, and I watch most of the games twice to understand the defensive structure.
Serraldo method.
And I still haven't got it. I went to Belmore to watch them training, and if you see how when they're doing D, if you see how their field is gridded up, so it works with threes. So you're three, then when the ball passes, he drops off, and you're going three, and you're covering up. So he's got this
So you're
system.
working on pack.
Yeah. So there's this system, and then the scramble. So the scramble, they've got signs for scrambling coming around the back. I'll tell you something. There was an 80-meter bust, not this week, a couple of weeks ago. 80-meter bust, got tackled. Okay, held him down a bit. He got up, and I looked back, and the line was set. The line was set. And these are the things that
They're the things that win you the games, Rob.
yeah.
They're
And these are the things that I cherish.
Effort areas, right?
Effort areas. That's it.
you
So-
coach that into a
You
team.
coach that in the teams. You coach that in the team, yeah.
My
Yeah,
point.
absolutely, yeah. I loved it. I really enjoyed this game. I love seeing grind, and I love seeing. I don't care if it's Canterbury, anyone. I don't care. It could be Penrith. I don't care. I love seeing teams grinding the other team into the ground and just rubbing them. My favourite game of the year was the Penrith Canterbury game. Grind fest. It was cycle and grind. It was the best. So good. It was so good. And this first half was brutal. The first half was absolute. They were losing it. Manly were losing the tie, but they kept on coming. They believed that they were going to run over him. They kept on coming. That big front row, whatever his name is, who got Lodge. Lodge was on Matt Lodge was on a different planet, just trying to smash everybody. But you know what? They kept on smashing him, and he got penalties. He conceded penalties because they were
Frustration.
well, yeah, and the ruck was we were rolling the ruck quicker.
Yeah.
And the minute you're rolling the ruck quicker, when the referee looks up, well, you look like you're doing something. Your hands on the
The
ball,
big
you're
unit
holding.
getting up low,
Yeah.
slow, yeah.
Yeah. So I love this one, and I can't wait to see the next.
Who they got
one.
this week?
The Gold Coast.
We'll get into that in a moment. Just to say the Dolphins had the bye. Well-earned rest for them. Vince, do you reckon they'll make the 8?
Who?
Dolphins? They're on the
I
cusp.
hope so.
I'd love to see it.
I
eh?
hope so. I really hope so. Just
They've
to
done so well.
Put that X factor in there, the team that's going to do what they're going to do on the day.
They're coming 8th now, and I do not believe. You know what? That's the 8. That's how it's going to finish. I don't believe the Seagulls won't make it, and the
You
Roosters
think-
won't make it. That's it.
You think so, yeah?
That's the 8. Now, how it finishes,
What
I
have
don't
we
know.
got? 4, 5, 6 games left?
5 games.
5 games.
5 games left.
Let's
I think that's it.
let's move into crystal ball. We'll do our tips for the upcoming week. Thursday night, Eels Storm. Let's move to the next game. See, you know what? This is exactly
Where they're playing down there,
now
right?
here, but this is exactly what you said is my PTSD, right? It's like 68-0. There's
I
no,
won't say 68.
there's
yeah.
no, look, there's no Jerome Hughes.
Pap's back.
Pap's back.
Pap's
My
back.
God, he tore us to shreds in round 1.
And you got
So
Wishart
Wishart's
will
playing
fill.
7,
No,
which I thought the thing would
It's not a big loss.
But you know, again, you know, I'll reiterate what I was saying on Friday. I just want to be competitive. You know, I don't mind going down if we compete. You know,
I'll go one step further.
I don't want to lose. I don't want to be 36-0 at half time
No,
again.
that's-
You know what I
that's-
mean?
no.
So
That won't happen. I'll go one step further on a really, really big high. I think Parramatta will get the chocolates here.
Big call, Rob.
big call.
I think Parramatta.
Big call, Rob.
Look, they're a different team with Mitch. Admittedly,
I don't believe the Storm this year so far. They'll get it together. And again, Mitch will I'll tell you what, you wouldn't want to be Mitch's dog. You know what I mean? He'll kick you to death. And don't forget the connection between Lomax and Mitch either. Yeah,
Kicks.
yeah.
But
So,
they've also got Xavier Coates on the wing too.
They have got Xavier
You've got a big
Coates.
unit on the wing. You're not
They have
going to
got
win all
Xavier
that ball in the air.
They've got Xavier. This is an intriguing game. I can't wait to watch it. Harry Grant is the key.
He
for
played
mine.
well. Big game.
Harry Grant's and look, Peasants are on the bench first interchange as well. So he's ready to pull the trigger. John Crease. He's ready to pull the trigger for the Wishart. So that's going to be interesting. Gee, they got power. Gee, they got high power. Give me Parramatta, Nicola. Give me the Eels.
Tough one. I'll go Storm. Andy Storm?
Storm.
Yeah.
Storm.
Friday night, the Warriors are hosting the Dolphins at home. I'm going to go the Dolphins away. Fresh off a break. Warriors unimpressive last week. What about you guys?
Yeah, look,
I'll go Warriors.
I know I can speak for Tanya. She'll tip the
I'll
Dolphins.
go Warriors at home.
yeah. Look, the Warriors are shaking. I really want to. I'm fascinated with the Warriors. I love Nickel Kolstek. I love him. I love him all. But when I look on the other side, one of the best future halfbacks in the world, Katawa.
What a kid.
Yeah, he's going to
What
be
a
good.
kid.
You know what? How did Nick Arena get well? And he's back at 6. Nick Arena's back at 6.
He did a Fisher Harris, mate. The guy came back in what, 3 weeks, 2 weeks?
Yeah. Anyway, give me the Finns.
I'm going the Finns.
Give me the Finns.
Andy?
I'm going Warriors.
Give me the
Warriors?
Finns.
Following game up at Suncorp Stadium, the Broncos are hosting the Rabbitohs. It's one-way traffic for me, especially after what happened last week.
It's all over.
Definitely the Bronx.
Unfortunately, yeah, they depleted the poor Rabbits, and they got and the other team's got a point to prove. So yeah.
Opening on Saturday, the poor Titans, Gold Coast, are going to come crashing back down to earth.
Titans.
They're at home to the Panthers.
Panthers.
I'll go Penrith. I can't see Penrith losing this game.
Penrith full stack and working their way back into form.
Yeah, Penrith.
Unfortunately, the Titans, you know, when you get that choking feeling when you're drowning, because you're
I actually like watching them play.
Penrith or
Gold Coast. Gold Coast.
Gold Coast. I like watching them.
They throw the ball around.
They throw the ball around. I like them.
They'll be making lots of mistakes because they'll be choking.
And you'll get eaten alive when you make mistakes against Penrith.
Yeah.
I will go for an upset in the next one.
Ooh.
I really will. In Wollongong, St. George hosting Canberra. I just think Canberra, I saw some vulnerabilities last week against Para, and I think they just probably need to drop one before we get to the semis. And the Dragons, they're so unpredictable. There's so many games they should have won this year.
Yeah.
At least 4 or 5 games they had in the bag, and they blew it. I'll go for an upset. I'll go for the Dragons at home in this one.
I can't do it. I just think of last week and how they couldn't catch a cold. Give me the Raiders.
Yeah, I'll go
Andy?
Raiders. I'll go Raiders.
I just can't do it.
The next one's the toughest tip for me. At Brookvale, Manly hosting the Roosters.
Wow.
I think I'll go Manly.
I'm going Manly.
You going Manly?
Yep.
Yorgo? The
I
tough
don't-
one.
Yeah, I don't like none of these teams. I think both of them. I think both of them are.
George is tipping
not
the
good.
draw.
Yeah, I don't think both of them are good. Give me the Roosters just to be different. I don't
Okay.
know. Just give me the Roosters to be different.
And Sunday afternoon at
Hey, cool.
2 p.m. Am I seeing right here? I need to put my glasses on for
Yeah,
this
2
one.
o'clock. Yeah.
1:55.
Yeah.
Not 2 o'clock. 1:55. Tigers at Combank hosting the Bulldogs.
Buller back. Buller back.
Very hard to go against the Dogs.
G-Man. Yeah.
Upset Tigers.
Upset
Tigers, yeah.
Tigers.
24-12.
Yeah.
Buller's
safe.
back here. Anyone missing for the Dogs, George?
We look like we're pretty full house. Max King. We've got some forward injuries, but they'll come back. And the backs are.
I've got to go to the Bulldogs. I
Yeah,
can't see them dropping this one.
Connor Tracy's out for probably the rest of the year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they got Carraz at fullback at the moment.
Carraz at fullback.
Yeah,
Wow.
That's interesting.
Connor
Why?
Tracy got injured, and
I don't reckon he'll go too bad.
I hope not. I don't think he'll be back.
He's a good player.
So that's probably one change. Might upset the pattern, but yeah, I can't see.
I
another
can't
victory.
tip against the Dogs at this point.
I can't either.
And
Oh, gee, who cares?
closing out the round, the Sharkies at Shark Park are hosting the North Queensland Cowboys, and I'll go Cronulla at home.
Yeah, at the prison, Nicola. No one gets out there. No one gets out from the prison alive. You know what? I would tick the Cowboys. There's only one small issue that they're lacking. they can't tackle. So
I'm going Cowboys.
Yeah, you going Cowboys
I'm
away,
going
yeah?
Cowboys.
Yeah, Cowboys,
I'm
G-Man.
going Cowboys, yeah.
they can't tackle.
He's got faith in Peyton.
Mate,
One of your boys. One of your boys.
2005.
One of your
I tell
boys.
you what, the Sharks, they haven't been convincing.
They haven't impressed me, man.
And the Cowboy, I mean, this is a tricky one. Look, I'll lean on Cronulla because they're at home. The Cowboys haven't travelled well this year, but the Cowboys are a lot like the Dragons. You just don't know what you're going to get week to week. Very unpredictable.
Yeah.
I'll stick with the Sharks on this one, and Newcastle to get the 2 points via a bye, George.
And how good is it that Dan Gagai got another contract with Newcastle?
Who?
Gagai.
Oh, yeah. Did he?
One, they gave him another year.
One or two.
Yeah.
One another year.
Good. I thought they were going to discard him. Good. He's been one of the
It's
best.
actually been good
He's
for
been
him,
good.
man. Oh,
He's
it's
been
great
one-
to see that he got a contract. I'm happy.
He's been good.
He's been
good.
one of the best. And look, I don't know what's happening. It's a shit show there at Newcastle, but he's probably the only guiding light out there. So that's good.
Thompson had a good game. Did you see Thompson play?
I can't wait till he comes to
He's
the
going
Canterbury.
I hope he goes.
I can't wait.
He's going to Tigers.
No, he's going Dogs.
Who's the one going to the
Pipe is
Tigers?
poor.
Kaipi's Paul, he's good.
Oh, he had a shit game.
Kaipi's Paul's good. No.
He done it right. He done it. I hope he-
Kaipi's Paul's good.
Well, he'll go to the Tigers and go worse.
No, he won't. Kaipi's Paul's good.
We'll see.
Trust me, Kaipi's Paul's good.
What do you got for us, Georgie?
I didn't think I was going to have too much because I thought we might run into time issues. But what we are doing, Nicola, this year, we're following the plight in terms of NRLW of the Parramatta team. And
I still haven't watched the game.
Yeah, the Parramatta team and the Broncos team. Unfortunately, we got some issues at the moment, Nicola. The Knights came down here at Granville and they put 30 on us, unfortunately. And
I thought you said they were good.
they were good. They are good. They just had an off week. We're still top four. We're in the semis. Broncos absolutely smacked the Dragons, Nicola, 30-6. And we've got to, of course, cast our eye on the premiership favourites, the Roosters. They played the hatless Canterbury Bankstown team, and they smacked us as well.
It's a dog-
They're a new
It's
addition.
their
aren't
first
they? Canterbury's a new
It's their
addition.
first, but I thought
First year, give them a chance.
I
Right?
thought they might do a little bit better, but 42-22, Nicola. So we didn't have a good weekend in the NRLW either, Nicola, unfortunately. But better next week. In terms of Super League, they had a split round for some unknown reason because this week is usually their international week and they play France and they're not going to play France again because they keep on beating them by 80-0. So
Yeah.
they've given that up. So they've had a split round. So I'll talk about it next week. Big Sam is getting rid of the mad Italian, the front rower. What's his name? Barbecue Man. What Artie calls him? Barbecue Man.
Who?
The guy who does barbecues when we
Warrington?
have COVID. Yeah.
Vaughan.
Yeah.
Getting rid of him.
Apparently, he's looking for a club in Sydney.
Yeah, no, he signed.
Well, maybe Paris should sign him. They signed a 35-year-old Jack DeBellin.
Yeah, but
For next year.
I like
senior
the
player.
Bellin.
Yeah,
30,
senior player.
35?
Yeah,
No,
I
but
like
senior
him,
player.
but he's-
Senior player. You need senior players.
He didn't want to leave Sydney.
Yeah, but 35.
One season. One season.
Well, yeah.
One season.
Win a comp.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, he's gone down to York, so it's a second division team.
Vaughan has.
Yeah, he's gone down to York, second division team there. Next week, I'm going to start breaking down some of the contenders in this segment because there's a lot of different styles that in the 8 this year. And I've got no idea who's going to be in the final, nor do I know which style is going to prevail because usually there's one style the last 5 or 6 years that have won the comp. Obviously, one team has won at 4, and then we've got Melbourne, they play a very similar style. But this year is unique because in the top 8, we've got lots of different styles of rugby league playing. So I might actually break down and give my opinion at the end of every breakdown. I'll try to keep it short. I'll try not to go too much nerdy on it, because I can get really dirty.
Apparently, every team that won has come from the either 1, 2, or 3 position.
Yeah, no one's ever won.
Since Para made it from 6th position
And
and
Canada.
played Penrith.
Okay.
No, I'm going like 2022.
Okay.
When in Canberra, 2022, wasn't it? When Parramatta won the final.
22, yeah.
22. They're the only team that's come from 6th to play in the final.
Yeah, so
And everyone's been 1, 2, or 3.
yeah, so in theory, it's 1, 2, or 3. Okay,
1, 2, or 3.
well, that's right. No, not many teams. It must be too hard to win it outside of the 8 because you play that one extra game.
Well,
And
they say, it's funny. If I was a coach and you had a competitive team, the first thing I'd say on opening day of preseason training is I'd just say, boys, answer me one question. Can we win 4 games in a row? If the answer is, if you believe you can, we can win the comp.
yeah, basically,
That's what it comes down
yeah,
to.
basically, at the end of the day,
Well, Penrith's got to win 7
Yeah.
to get there.
I mean, once
they
you
won't
get
make,
there.
they won't make the
Because the last 3 games,
yeah.
Melbourne, Canterbury, Canberra.
Penrith have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
no, yeah.
Wow,
If you beat
what a
all them,
run.
then you've got your semi-finals and that'll get you top 4.
They are your semi-final.
That'll get you top 4.
won't
It's
make
like,
top 4.
it's like the Tigers in 1988 had to win virtually every 11
in.
grand final. I remember Brooksy telling me 10 games was like a grand final every game
Yeah.
to get in the grand final.
So they came 5th. They just
They squeezed in the playoff.
That's right. They squeezed in.
Playoff, played Penrith.
That's right. That's right.
So, yeah, it's hard to do.
Yeah.
What Andy, who do you reckon's going to be in the grand final?
I think Canterbury.
You don't think Melbourne? You're
Canterbury's
hesitating.
one.
You're hesitating.
I'd love Canberra to be in there.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be Melbourne, Canterbury grand final. If they don't meet,
Melbourne, Canterbury.
if they don't meet in the way, by each other.
Right at this moment, they'll be the first semi-final.
Yeah.
2 plays 3, then
You
they'll
get a-
split.
you get a
Which
So
means
they
you can meet in the grand
You get a
final.
second
So they
chance.
split then, yeah. Then they split.
There's a ways
they
to
can.
go.
They
There's a
can.
ways to go.
Yeah, long way to
Long
go.
way to go.
1 or 2 injuries. So
is
I
change.
just said that Connor Tracy got injured and probably won't come back. So
Jerome Hughes is out till
Jerome
semi-final time.
until semi-final. But
But they got Pezzett.
They got
They got
Pezzett.
Wishart
And
as well.
Wishart.
Wishart as well. So they're stacked.
And these are guys who signed contracts happy to play second fiddle.
Well, Peasant's been in the
That
league for
tells you
3
something about
years.
that club, right?
Culture of the club.
That tells you something about when you sign. It's interesting. Like with Parramatta this year, we've been struggling for a hooker since Reid Marnie left.
Mm.
This young Riley
He's
Smith
the best.
came from Penrith,
He's so good.
right? He's so good.
He's so
Debuted this year, doing really well. Then they go and sign the Silver,
Yeah.
Something different.
and 3 days after signing the Silver, Riley Smith extended.
Amazing.
So he's obviously sat them down and said, "Boys, this is the plan I
This
have,"
is
and
the
they're both
future.
playing. And I believe you.
No
I
problem
believe
with
you
that.
need a hooker on the bench. I reckon dummy half. You need to keep it fresh.
Yeah, and 2 different
But-
type of.
Yeah.
So I love Riley Smith.
Mate,
His delivery from off the ground.
But like
is
he
brilliant.
extended 3 days after they signed the
Yeah,
Silver.
but Nick,
so-
it's like you go back to, and I'll take it to soccer, you Champions League.
Yeah.
Your bench has to be as strong
Yeah.
as your starting lineup.
No, but
Otherwise you
no,
don't
but it's
win.
good. It's good when they buy into that.
Yeah,
You know what I
well,
mean?
The culture, it's the
Because
culture
you
of the
think
club.
Riley Smith's in a position where he could have gone like, "Fuck this, I'm going to look elsewhere." But he
Yeah.
goes, "No, I'm happy with the plan." You know, because you need a fresh dummy half, I believe. You need a fresh dummy
You
half.
need 2 dummy halves. And the good thing is if you've got 2 different
And
dummy
you know,
halves.
St George has got the perfect, should have the perfect with Cook and then Little coming on.
Yeah. Little
But it's not working with
I
Cook.
don't think Cook's a shadow of his former self,
Yeah.
to be honest.
There's no.
I think he's got one more year and then they won't take his contract up. Gutho at least gives it a go.
No,
He
he's
tries
had a
hard.
good
passionate.
year.
He's passionate.
He's had a good year,
I'm
though.
a fan.
I'm a
passionate.
fan. Yeah, I'm a fan.
He's passionate.
Look, if Gutho does nothing else, he's always safe as a bank.
Oh, safe as
If he does nothing else,
safe
you
as a
know.
bank. Mind you, St George, as we saw King Tonga coming up, they're
King-
pretty stacked.
King Tonga,
Yeah,
Haku,
pretty stacked.
Mingy.
The
Haku.
5'8".
Oh, me,
Remember,
Haku.
remember he came in
Yeah.
as King Tonga in WWF?
Haku.
So the 2 teams that I mean 3 teams that are completely and utterly underneath stacked that I've seen is the Tigers, St George, and Parramatta. Actually, Parramatta have got 2 kids, a back rower,
Who?
and Parramatta. I can't remember their names, but I've seen them.
They just signed a Brisbane kid.
Killer.
They signed a Brisbane kid on Friday who apparently the Broncos were pissed that they got away. He's a forward. The guy looks 12.
Yeah,
So
don't
he's playing Australian schoolboys.
worry.
So
Yeah,
I don't
don't
know.
worry.
We'll see.
You guys are absolute stacked up. It's
But-
ridiculous how stacked you. Honestly, it's ridiculous. Saying
Your microphone's cutting out.
I know. It's at the end of the pod. I've got to get a new cord, I think.
Well, I think that's
Anyway,
a wrap.
that's me.
That's a wrap. Andy, you got anything for us you want to
No, I'd just like to thank you for having me on until
Always.
Arthur's lost his job.
You're,
He's gone. He's gone. He can stay in Greece. He's gone.
you're welcome to join us anytime, man.
You
You,
call-
you can
you-
even
you
zoom
call-
in. You can come
You
in.
call me and I'll be here.
Come and sit beside me here.
I'll be
We can
anytime.
fit all 5 of us in.
Anytime.
Maybe we'll do a 5.
We've got to stack the Italians against it. It's too many
Yeah,
Greeks on
I'm
here.
outnumbered here.
No, I have to come and help.
These guys will know.
There's too many Greeks.
These guys know a 14-year-old Greek playing in
That's Hardy.
on the North Shore.
Oh yeah, and everyone's Greek.
Yeah.
I heard last week you going on about this one's Greek, that one's Greek, everyone's Greek.
The fullback for
Wait a second. Tanya looked him up. He's Cyprian.
Same thing
Half
for me.
Cyprian.
Same thing. Greek, Cyprian, same. Different but same.
What do they say? The Greeks invented sex, the Italians just added women. That's all.
We made it up. Well, we got the wrong people.
We'd definitely love to have you back, especially around the
Call
finals time.
Call me anytime and I'll be here.
Thanks, G-Man.
And that's it. So that's a wrap for tonight's episode. Again, episode 110, George.
Wow.
110.
Can't believe it.
They said we'd never make it. Actually, I don't know
believe it.
anyone who said that, but a lot of pods apparently don't go that far. But we've done 110 episodes.
I don't think
Can I just add one thing? Last week I listened and Nick was talking about the internationals. You know, there's people that fly over Samoa and think, I want to play for Samoa.
Yeah.
I agree 100% with Nick.
That's just my opinion.
100% with Nick.
That's just my and apparently now Vlandis is going to alter the origin eligibility rules.
Play. You can play for New South Wales and you can play for Samoa and you can play for Timbuktu and all that.
There should be one
I
nationality.
agree
and
with
that's
what
it.
Nick was saying. You either play for Australia
Okay.
and that's it.
I don't disagree, but you've got to separate the two.
Why?
I don't agree where
what-
you can play New South Wales.
Can I say why?
You can represent New South Wales, but then you can go play for Tonga.
Can I say why it's
don't
bullshit?
agree with that.
Can I
I
say
don't
why
agree
it's
with that.
bullshit and why the whole thing is a manipulation to create a manufactured competition? Because the Samoa team should be 13 pricks we've never heard of from Samoa, not from Sydney, right? The Lebanon team should be from Lebanon. No. The Tonga team should come from Tonga.
So
Not from Australia. We're picking all these other countries from the Australian comp.
Yeah. So you do realise that.
But that's the cream of the Tongan people are playing in
Yeah.
New South
So-
Wales. I agree with the playing.
So,
If you
so
play,
you do realise that you can't become NRL standard if you don't play in the NRL.
Then they shouldn't be playing internationals. They're not
No.
international
But if
standards.
you don't play internationals, the game can't expand.
It's done fine for 120 years,
No, it
George.
hasn't.
no,
It's
I
done
agree. I
great.
agree. If you put the Blues jersey on, right? If you're good enough to play for New South Wales, how can you say you can play for Tonga later?
Why can't the
It's
Kiwis
like
do
Nick
it?
said.
Because the heritage.
The free games
The heritage.
back in the day, in the 80s and 90s, the free games of Origin was a pre-selection for the
It
Australian team.
was.
Yeah, okay.
Back in the day, Rob. Come on, let's call it space.
Yeah.
Now you've got a guy playing
What-
like
what-
Luai.
what-
He can play 5'8" for New South Wales.
Wait a
but then
minute.
he's
What
played for
year was
Samoa.
that? What year was that?
What do you mean?
Well, pick a year.
In the
83?
80s.
Yeah, 80,
Yeah, let's say
What-
85.
What was the percentage of Islanders in the competition back
Fuck
then?
all. None.
Fuck all, yeah.
Wasn't one.
Now it's
Maybe
55%.
Olsen
The
full of pain.
internationals were a lot more
Now-
competitive than they are now.
Now it's 55%.
In the early 90s, England were very competitive.
course they were, yeah.
Now I don't know. I'm not going to say.
But-
Well, England's England. They don't play. They can't
No,
play anyway.
But
Completely different.
the whole idea that for me to have Tonga, Samoa, New Zealand, Cook Islands competitive is for, at the end of the day, it all comes down to money.
For me, it can't be tiered if you're playing in the same match for the same trophy. That's not different levels of
Now,
tiers.
I don't mind a guy playing who outright declares his.
No, I'm talking about the countries.
You know, if a guy plays for Tonga and he plays in the NRL, I've got an issue with that. Not a problem. You can represent your country
most of them
because you
born
do
in-
that in the Serie A. You do it in the English Premier League. You can play for Manchester United but still play for Belgium. I've got no problem playing that. My problem is you want to play state of origin, but then you want to represent
Okay.
fucking Tonga or Samoa.
So-
or
When they've already played for
well,
Australia.
you've already played for Australia. Some of them are.
Okay.
Or
They're
like
gonna-
Moses, who
they're
played
gonna
for
stop
Lebanon
that.
and then played for Australia.
But they only play second there because they couldn't get in the Australian team.
Which is pathetic.
They're going
If you can't make it, then you don't make it.
they're going to stop that. So let's separate the two. Let's separate Origin and let's separate club and let's separate internationals. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say there's a kid who either was born here or by 14 he's in Australia and he plays his first games here at 13 or 14. Okay, so he's
He
Australia.
can pick whoever he wants to represent.
Okay, wait a minute.
Pick and stick.
And yeah, he picks Samoa.
Great.
That he's
worries.
ineligible to play in our
Wait a minute.
Origin.
State of origin.
But wait a minute, he's a New South Welshman.
No, he's not. Not if he's playing for Samoa.
Because you've just said, you've declared
No,
your...
he's not
your-
Australian.
He's not Australian, you're Samoan.
He's a New South Welshman.
Then why are you playing for Samoa for?
Not if you're playing for Samoa. You're forfeiting.
And you know what? They're probably going to change that because I've heard Verlandis. I read his newsletter every second week. They're probably going to change that. But
They are. They will.
do you realise what you're going to do to the Origin Arena?
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It was fine without
Rob,
Sonny Bill.
We'll see. We'll see. I don't believe
You're talking about a competition that
I think. Can I say? I think he should be an all-star.
you're talking about a
Yeah,
competition.
but that's a different game, Rob.
You're talking
How
about.
can a guy play for the indigenous? Look, you saw that Maori against the that guy. 1 year played for the indigenous, and the next year played for the Maoris.
You're
How the fuck can you do
you're
that?
talking about it.
Because you're half.
You're talking about
Come
a
on.
competition that made its very name on the back of a reserve grade player, and you're worried about whether or not it'll survive. Arthur Beaton was playing reserve
Eastern
grade.
Southern, whoever he was playing
Para.
for.
He was playing reserve grade at
that
35 in Origin 1.
You know what? That was a long time ago, and we were in a different world back then.
It's like the
But
NRL.
don't the
George.
Queenslanders stick to that tradition of the jersey and your
still-
Artie beats
I
and
still-
all that?
I still believe if you're born here or you say you're a New South Welshman, I still believe that. And we will never have the passion that the Queenslanders will have.
No,
we just won't. We
no,
just
we
won't.
won't.
You were there.
We don't.
We won't. And we don't, unfortunately.
We don't.
It kills
No,
me,
we-
but we
we-
won't.
we haven't got
But
it.
regardless of that, I believe also it's up to the coaches because that's what Billy does. That's what when he takes him into the arena.
And he draws on that
tells them.
energy.
He tells them about the culture. He
draws
tells them
on
about being a Maroon.
So how can you do that to a guy who plays for New South Wales, but he's representing Samoa or Tonga
It's
or
absurd to
Pacific
me.
Islands or Cook Island, whatever? Has he got that?
You know,
Can you draw
it
that?
boils down. It
Wait a
boils
minute.
down to if a player isn't good enough to make Australia. It's like Tino. He's played for Australia how many times? Now he might change his mind and play for Tonga.
Come on.
That's pathetic.
No, that's wrong too. I don't agree with that either. But sometimes, and us being of a different culture, for argument's sake, we have such belief and care and love for our parents, for argument's sake. And your mum, because hey, my dad's told me things, and I've taken it as
100%.
gospel. I've taken it as gospel, and thinking about it now, I shouldn't have. And I see Costa take things, and Costa's my son. He takes things as gospel when I say it. When I think about it, I go, well, no, Costa, don't take it as gospel, okay? Okay, but maybe they're so passionate about representing
But
Tonga,
the difference
Samoa.
is-
I don't
Rob,
know,
I asked you-
Fiji.
I asked
The
you- I
difference
asked you a
is
question.
Holland.
If you had to play for Greece or Australia, who would you pick?
I was born in Australia, of course.
Nick,
Australia,
I'm the same.
but I can't change
But
my
I
mind.
can't.
You've heard of Christian Vieri?
The soccer player.
He had to choose
played for
between
Marconi.
Australia and Italy. You've heard of, you might not, Camoranese, who won the World Cup with Italy. He had to choose between Brazil, Argentina and Italy.
Who did Vieri choose?
Italy.
He played for Marconi. His dad played for.
But once you
for
make a
Marconi.
choice, that's it. See, the difference is
You can't change.
in rugby league, we're manufacturing this competition by saying if you're not good enough to make this team, you
got
can
this
play for
option.
this team.
I
It's
don't agree with
ridiculous.
Yeah,
Pick one. If you're not good enough to make it, you don't make it.
Yeah, I understand the argument.
All right, I can
Now,
understand a
don't
player
disagree.
like
I don't
Dwayne.
disagree. don't
I can
disagree.
understand Dewey for Tigers. With all due respect, he's not going to make the Australian team. So by all means, go for the Lebanese team. I've got no problem with that.
Do you not think the Australian jersey has lost its value with all these people
100%.
defecting from it?
100%.
People like
And-
Junior Paulo, people like if Tino does, all these players who once wore the Australian jumper,
With
it means
pride.
nothing. They're defecting from it.
I also don't like seeing Australia winning 50-0 every
Well, we
game.
shouldn't be playing in
we
those
should-
games.
Rob, do you remember?
We shouldn't be playing.
You remember when we were young, the '80s Kangaroos.
Yeah.
How prestigious was it to wear the green and gold?
I love the.
You
I
know
love
what?
Did you,
that.
the stories they tell from '82,
It should be. It should be Tri-Nations and that's it.
We've lost.
If like I said last week, if the Polynesians want to have a team, make a West Indies version of it, right? But you're playing for that. You're not playing for both.
Samoa's quite competitive.
Well,
Samoa's quite
if you look at the Samoan team, there's 400 Origin players there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Tongan team's quite competitive. They're competitive, and I've got no problem with having those teams.
So
If
But
you
pick who
let me
you
ask
want
you
to
this:
play
if
for.
you pick the Tongan team today and the Samoans, if they're playing each other tonight, and then I say to you, whatever those two teams are, I want you to strip out anyone who's played for Australia or Origin. You know what you got left? Shit. You got nothing left.
Yeah, but
You got reserve grade left. That's it.
again, they learn their
They're
trade here.
manufacturing an international competition. The NRL is manufacturing an international competition that.
I knew I'd get a bite when I threw this out there.
I think you got to look at everything
irritates me.
separately. Look, he's going to do what your user all suggested.
I don't think he will.
I just think you got to pick. You can't play Origin. And but no, I don't want to play for Australia. I'll play
The
for
Australian
Samoa.
jerseys should be cheapened, man.
Okay, wait a minute. I agree with that. They should pick one, but they should be able to play Origin
Why?
because they were born or they were here. At,
Well, then they
a very
can't play
young
for
age.
Samoa.
Then they play for Samoa.
Play for Australia.
If you're born in Australia,
But
You
You're
just
not
said it
make- you don't
yourself.
make
You'd
just-
pick Australia.
yeah, I would.
So then they should have to face that choice as well.
They can pick.
no, but they get a choice.
They
first.
get a
They play
choice.
for New South Wales.
get a choice.
Then they go, oh fuck, I'm not going to make Australia.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
I'll go and play for Samoa.
Yeah, not anymore.
No one's telling you you can't pick Samoa, but then you're
No.
not playing Origin. You got to make a choice. You can't represent an Australian state and a foreign country at the same time. It's absurd. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever.
Again, I understand what you're saying, and you're
The
right.
only time it
You're
works
right.
is if you look in rugby union, is the Barbarians.
Yeah.
When you've got England, Wales, Scotland,
That's
then
different
it works.
again.
But
That's
that's what
That's
Nick was
different
saying. The
again.
Pacific.
I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you. I don't disagree with you, but
Yeah.
I look at the game, and I look at the international arena, and I look at longevity, and I honestly believe this is the best
I
system.
don't think we need it. I think if we have the Super League of Internationals, right?
You're ripping a
Australia,
lot of,
Great
lot of good
Britain, New
players out.
Zealand. For me, it's worked for 120 years.
Yeah, but we can't.
It's worked for 120. You show me footage of the 82, the 86,
Yeah,
the
but-
90,
but
94 kangaroo tours.
Can we still work on a model which was made 1972?
Why not?
Because the world goes forward.
Well,
In soccer, tell me it's the same, exactly the same since
How?
1972. I don't know. Soccer.
What's
I've got no
changed?
idea. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just telling you.
they've expanded the competitions to include countries that we've never heard of
Yeah, but
before.
Nick, I don't agree. Where you have a World Cup team, and I'll go back to soccer, where you have the French national team. Not one of them was born in France.
No, I know.
They're all born in French colonial,
Yeah.
which makes you eligible.
Which
to
makes
play
them
for
eligible for France. Yeah. Well, it's the great. People are going to call me racist for saying this, but I don't give a shit. The greatest email I've ever seen in my life. I got an email once that said evidence of global warming. I had a photo of the French national team in '66. They were all white, and then in the '90s they were all black.
Are they all coloured now?
No, because they're all colonial, French colonial.
the islands.
Most of the French team are
and
French.
England, and France can draw from the colonial.
They're islands.
But here's the thing: how many, whether it's France or any other international soccer team at the World Cup level, how many times have you seen a player represent more than one country? Never happened. Because they got to pick, and that's it.
You can't
And
have
if you're
nine
not good enough to make it, you're
nine
not good enough
Australian
to make
caps,
it.
Okay,
and then you play for.
Okay,
for
if and I agree that's an issue. I agree that's an issue. If they all, when they enter the NRL, when they get their contracts, they pick a country. Let's say I pick Samoa.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't go from one to the other. Okay, but I was born here.
I don't think it should be done when you first join.
Well,
Well,
that's what it's done.
You're talking
It's
about
done now.
Polynesians,
I think it should be
right?
done later on.
Me
It should be
personally,
done later on because-
I couldn't give a shit if Brian Toto is not in the New South Wales team. Jacob Carraz will be there,
100%.
right? We have got Australian players who can play Origin,
Yeah.
right? And if we're going to open it up to these bullfeds, then we should have opened it up to New Zealand as well.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean?
No, I agree. I'd
Then
love
just
that.
open it up to anyone.
If you're born here,
It's not really state of origin
if you're
anymore.
Born, well, it is because you're born here.
If you're born, it's only Bull was he born.
You don't have to be born here.
Sonny
You
Bull.
don't have
I
to
think
be
he
born
was.
here. You have to
I
play.
don't
Isn't it?
know.
You have to play your first game.
Yeah, you got
As
to
a-
play your
Well,
first.
It doesn't matter where you're born.
Greg Inglis was born in New South Wales, but
Yeah,
played
but
for
Peter-
Peter Sterling was born in Queensland.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you're born here, well, you're New South Welshman. Yeah, if your heritage is Samoan.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter what your heritage, because you're Australian citizen. You're Australian.
Yeah.
I would proudly play for New South Wales, and I would double proudly play for Australia.
Same.
I'm with you.
Not a problem.
So, G-Man,
Mate,
don't get me wrong.
I love my Italian heritage. I love it.
And
But if push comes to shove, I'm going there. But because I don't make the Australian team, oh, fuck it, I'll go and play for Italy.
Yeah, okay.
And that's what they can do.
Okay, they can do that. They can, especially in a World Cup year, they can do that. I'm saying get rid of that, okay? Because I don't like it either. But the other bit, if you're born here, I think you should be able to
Was
play
Brian
for
To'o
someone
born
else.
here?
I know.
Yeah,
Was Luai born here? Were they all? I don't know.
they
I'm
were all,
not
they were all,
being-
they were all
I'm not
born here.
being-
Yeah, they were all born.
They were all born here.
Yeah, they were all born here.
Then play for New South Wales. If you can't
Well,
get
look, I think they're going to change it. They're having a mothers' meeting at the end
just
of the
think
year.
it's too
and I
much
think-
options to
I
play
think they're going to
with.
make Samoa and Tonga a first-tier nation, and that's
And
that's
so
the
they
end
should.
of it.
They'd have
That's
an
the end of
look.
it.
If you picked guys, they'd be outstanding teams. I love watching the Islander boys play,
Yeah.
It's not Origin anymore.
but not in Origin. Not in Origin.
Yeah.
Play for New South Wales. Play for New
Well,
South
I think that's what they're gonna do. That's what
Because
eventually
going
they're
back,
gonna do.
the Origin comp was pre-selection for the Australian.
Oh,
team.
If you take,
Because I remember
I don't
watching
think it
it
is anymore.
and thinking, "Fuck, will Elias get in, or will
Yeah.
Kalinski get in?
Yeah.
Will Sterling get in, or will this, or
Mortimer.
Mortimer? You always. That's how it was.
Yeah, that's
and
how it
when
was.
they picked the Australian team, you'd go, "Oh fuck, there's 9 Queenslanders and 5."
yeah, it was a Frank Stanton.
Remember?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, biscuits. I used to be. That's how it should be.
Of course I remember.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, we'll see what's going to
They-
happen.
they just-
and I get the premise on if Taha doesn't
And I
want
mean,
to go,
no
we'll
disrespect to
find
any of the
somebody.
players, because they're all great players, but I don't mean to disrespect. But I just think I'm a bit more passionate when it comes to the green and gold.
They're
jerseys.
manufacturing the competition. That's all they're doing.
Well, in a way, yes, because they've
It's all
got
about this.
they've got to
Mark.
get.
It's all about that.
Oh, yes, it is, but they've got to manufacture, if you want to call it, the Islanders or
They're trying to develop the game.
Yeah,
They've got to
trying to develop the
expand
game.
the
There's
game,
no
develop the
NRL
game.
standard competition in Samoa.
It can't be. They can't be.
Well, wait, let me finish.
Can't be.
Then Samoa shouldn't be in the picture. It's that simple.
But
Let's go and create a team in Zimbabwe.
How many?
Right? You know what I mean?
How many players?
Australians you're talking about.
No. In soccer, how many players play at a high level? So nearly every European country and every South American country play at a very high level.
Yeah,
So we're talking hundreds of thousands of players.
How many World Cups have we had?
Wait a minute. We haven't got hundreds of thousands.
How
of
many World
players.
Cups have we had?
I don't know.
The first one was in 1930.
You mean soccer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
almost 100 years,
Every
right?
4 years.
Right?
Yeah.
How many teams have won it?
Again.
9.
9.
Okay.
There's a reason for that.
What's that?
Because they haven't manufactured other countries. The cream rises to the top,
Yeah.
right? If there's not an NRL standard competition in
There's
other countries,
nowhere on their
then-
real standard.
well,
Nowhere.
well,
Not even England.
well then,
nowhere.
well then those countries shouldn't be in the picture.
But you can't look within. You got to look without.
No,
and
I
grow.
agree
So there's nothing there to look at. We're creating it from within. We're manufacturing it from within. There's nothing
Yes.
there to look at.
But you're developing players in the, you got the only way they're going to be NRL players is to play in the NRL. The only way that a rugby league player is going to
How
reach
much-
to their best potential
how much-
is to play NRL.
How much better would the Australian team be when there's 30 players fighting for those 13 spots? Like it used to be, instead of 30 players being spread out over 3 different countries.
So you want Australia to win 15-0 every week?
That's not what I saw growing up. No, I didn't see that growing up. I saw great games against, especially Great Britain.
Great Britain.
I saw great competition growing up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's probably the only team will have competitive games
It
against.
shouldn't be competitive.
There's only 3 countries in rugby league that are competitive.
Yeah, but that's what they're trying to address.
They're manufacturing.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
okay.
my point.
If you want to call that, yes, let's manufacture it. Yes,
I
let's
disagree with
manufacture.
that.
Let's manufacture.
I think we've.
I don't agree with
we're
it.
losing the thing because I think we're concentrating more than today. I was talking more about state of origin.
Okay. Well,
You can't
I think.
play for state of origin and then go and play for Samoa. That was my point.
I agree.
I've got no problem with Samoa having an international side. By all means, not a problem.
Can I just say,
But
I don't disagree, Jim.
I don't think that's
I don't
right.
disagree either. But
What do you play state of origin for originally? What was
for
state against state?
yeah, passion.
Hatred,
against mate.
this and that.
Yeah.
But also you were playing for the jersey, the
Yeah,
Australian
well, that's
jersey.
the same.
It was a selection trial for
I
the
don't,
Australian
but
jumper.
I don't think it really is anymore.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That's the
They've
point.
lost that.
That's the point.
Yeah,
Because
but
you
I don't
got-
think it'll be anyway. Even if you don't get those players you're talking
The
about, in Samoan Tongans, I don't think it'll be a.
we
I don't
talk
think
we
it'll
talk
be-
about the New South Wales jumper doesn't mean as much as the Queensland jumper.
for sure.
The Australian jumper means even less because so many people have defected from it now. I don't want to wear that shit. I want to play for Tonga. What? We're talking about the Australian jumper.
Yeah,
They're
okay.
walking away from it.
Yeah, I'll say it again. I don't know about.
They're walking away from it.
I like what we've got now because all of a sudden we've developed manufacturing, I call it, 3 other countries which are of high level. And I know,
Yeah, very competitive.
I know.
Very
They're all
competitive.
Sydney-based players, who are Sydney
that doesn't
Australians
matter.
who are wearing a different country's jersey.
That's regardless of what
I
it is.
haven't got a problem. I haven't got an issue with that. I don't mind them playing for whatever.
Just don't play
Their
Origin.
country, but don't play Origin. That's
and-
that's
and
my thing.
Origin doesn't
Make
need them.
yourself
That's what's gonna happen.
ineligible to play Origin because you know what? I choose to play for Tonga, Samoa, New Zealand,
Origin doesn't
Cook
need them.
Islands.
That's my point. Origin
Well,
doesn't need them.
Well, look, at the end of the day, come September or November when they get together, they're going to make
Look at New South Wales.
Samoa and
Look at
Tonga
New South
first,
Wales,
a
right?
first thing, a first.
Luai's ineligible because he's Samoan. Burton goes into 5'8". To'o's ineligible because he plays for
comes in.
whoever he plays for. Karras comes in. Doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah,
We've got
there's
the-
6
we've
of them.
got
There's
the
6
cattle.
in each team. Yeah, there's 6 in each team.
We've got
I'm
the
sure
cattle.
we'll
you
find.
can
Origin
Yeah.
won't suffer from whoever these guys are.
Yeah,
It never has.
I understand what you're saying, but also those particular players that we're talking
And
about.
it cheapens the Origin tournament as well.
Okay, those particular players that you're talking about are playing on such a high level, and it didn't happen this year, but in general, because they did play Origin, because you go to another level playing Origin.
You do.
So you want to call it manufacture, call it whatever you want, but these players go back to their teams and their countries, better players. So
At the end of the day,
they won't have that.
the bottom line for me is I believe you've got to pick one nationality you want to represent. Right?
Okay. Well, then,
Once you've done that,
That's it.
then everything
Yeah.
falls under that. So if I'm Samoan, I can't represent Queensland or New South Wales. It doesn't make any sense to me at all.
okay.
Let's agree to disagree because
No,
I
no,
get
no,
your
no,
point
no,
too.
I agree.
I just don't like it.
I agree with you guys.
I'm born, if, say, for example, I'm born in Italy. Can I play for New South Wales or Australia? No, you can't.
Well, how old were you when you're here?
No,
It
I'm just
shouldn't
saying.
matter.
Look, for example, you're born in
shouldn't
Italy,
matter.
right?
No, you can't.
I can't play for Australia unless Australian citizenship. If they can,
Yeah.
you know, they can change. They can bend the rules more than the Catholic Church
Yeah, yeah.
to do whatever to make you go where they want to go. You know what I mean? It's
Well, at the end of the day, at the bottom line, I don't disagree with you. I agree with you guys as well.
at origin level. I'm talking. I'm not talking international.
No, I
level.
hear
I-
Origin.
I
Origin.
understand
I,
your
I like international.
I get your
like
point.
international.
I do enjoy it too.
I
I
get your
like-
point. My point is, I don't think we need to grow the international game. I think it's been fine as it is, and I think we should leave it like that.
Okay.
And I don't think Jerome
I do
Luai
like seeing-
should change the course of history
I
just because he wants to.
like seeing
He started
Samoa
all this
pump
shit.
England. I like seeing Samoa or Tonga pump England or
Me too, me
I do
too.
like seeing that.
I like the international game, and I want it to grow, and I want to get France back up to some decent standard. That's just me. Maybe I'm selfish.
Were they ever at a decent standard?
They won
Years-
the first 2 World Cups.
Apparently, in the 80s,
France.
Australia used to go over there, and it was a belt feast.
Yeah.
Like the French they had that Taz Batiri. Remember he played for Canterbury?
Yeah.
He went over there, and he took a lot of Australians over there to play in their local comp.
Yeah.
And it was absolute.
Yeah.
They would punch the fuck out of
Well, the
Australians.
first 2 World Cups, France won.
They would punch the fuck out of it. It was
Yeah,
a
but I mean,
tough comp.
Rugby League World Cup.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
It's still.
I'm just saying. Look, I enjoy watching competitive international rugby league.
we
That's
all
just
love
me.
it, Ron. We
That's
all
just
love
me.
it. We all love
And the pathways forward to that is
I think my take
the
on it is
NRL.
similar to where the NRL's going. I hate the fact that it's going to be a 20-team comp. I think it should be a 14-team comp, period. I think I'm aligned, the two are aligned for me. You know what I mean? I think everything's about growing. I want to go back to Super League.
yeah. Look, there's 2 different ways of 2 different schools. I agree. If we had 14 teams, obviously the
You'd
talent
have
will.
the best everyone.
Everyone
Yeah.
plays each other twice.
Yep,
That's
I don't
it.
disagree. But in terms of the long game, there's got to be more. Well, okay.
120 years, George. How long is the
Yeah,
company
yeah,
going
yeah.
for?
But wait a minute. Once upon a time, players will play for meat, pie, and a Coke.
Yeah.
Now,
And 6 beers.
now everybody wants $1.42 million.
What's the point?
The only way you're going to get it is through television rights.
Yeah.
The only way you're going to get it is
That's
through
right, yeah,
television
yes.
rights. Okay? Well, that's what the Landis is trying to do. Okay? So you know what? No problem. You can
think-
say that.
You think
say
think
that.
you wouldn't have a TV deal with 14 teams? Bullshit.
You won't have what he's
I
going to get
think
now.
you'd have a bigger deal. I think there'd be more.
No chance.
I think the ratings would be
Not the way it
higher.
works. Not the way it works.
Yeah, I disagree.
Well, they're telling us.
What they're telling us is bullshit, man. Stats are like bikinis. They show you a lot, but you can't see everything, right?
You've got to
It's
give.
so easy to manufacture stats to make them appear a certain way that you want to tell a story that's just bullshit.
You do realize he's going to break everything up, yeah? NRLW, Origin, different, semi-final season, different. You know, he's going to sell it all separately.
For me, I don't give a shit about the NRLW. I've never watched the game.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
I
That's
don't
fine.
care about
I've got no issue.
cup.
I'm just talking about the
That's
hard,
just me.
The
me.
hard reality facts. Yeah, 12 teams are great, but no one's going to get. I think no one's going to be getting $1.22 million in the future.
They don't have to.
Yeah, no problem. No issue. I'm just saying the only way moving forward is what Volandis is doing. There's no doubt in my mind. You know what I mean? Now, if I like or don't like it, like I said,
I think-
I'd
I
rather.
think it's killing
I
the
don't mind
game.
what he's doing, but I don't like when you start gagging people and people can't say things.
I think
When you gag,
Hitler.
when you gag, mate, it's draconian, and you cannot get. What if my team gets robbed?
The guys
Why
are
can't
control
I say I
freak.
get robbed?
Yeah.
The guys are control freak.
What? Who are you? I can't. I put so much time, effort,
Oh, that's different.
and I'm getting gagged. So we're going from one thing to another.
Oh
It's
no,
great.
no!
How good?
That part of the Landis.
I don't like that
I
gagging.
reckon he's injected the game with a cancer, to be honest.
Oh yeah, well, in
Look,
that,
he's as a businessman, fantastic. But when you start gagging and you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that, then
well,
you're like,
he rang. He didn't email because he would have been caught out. He rang all the media
and shut-
outlets and said no negative stories. For God's sake, we can't talk about the
Negative-
referees.
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about, Rob.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
And have you,
you know how
have
bad
you
they are.
noticed the commentators
That
don't
is-
do it a lot
yeah.
as
Like
well?
They're not because they've all been gagged.
yeah.
Because who's paying the fajoli at the end of the day?
At the end of
It's all
yeah.
it is.
With the exception, with
crazy.
the exception of Phil Gould, who can have a double standard.
Wow, Phil is on this line.
Look,
How he
did
does
you
it.
watch that Michael Chamis thing with Phil
I
Gould?
watched it online. I didn't watch it live.
He
I don't watch
destroyed
the show.
Phil Gould.
He did.
He's destroyed him.
He did destroy him. He did destroy
Yeah.
him. Yeah, he absolutely exposed him. Yeah, to what type of human being he really is. And I say it, he shouldn't have both jobs. He shouldn't be
I'd
on
love to have him
media.
at my club.
Oh,
Oh no, he's a mate.
no, you'd love him.
He's the
No,
best
no, no.
operator I've seen.
In 3 years.
Yeah. mate.
Well,
The
three.
guy's got the
I've
mind.
always
He's a
said-
rugby
G-man, 3 years
genius.
ago, if we lost by 40 points, I was happy.
I've always said.
40
Now,
points.
now you're
I was
winning by
happy.
40.
I've always said whenever I listen to Gus Gould, I learn something about the
Yeah,
game.
Oh,
absolutely.
he's an absolute genius.
Yeah,
A genius.
absolutely. No, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, they injected another 20 minutes into the pod.
That was
I knew that would stir the
debate.
pot a bit. I
That
thought
was
I'd
a
throw
good
that in
debate.
for entertainment
I'm
value.
passionate about it.
I'm
I'm passionate about
gonna clip that one up. I'm gonna get. I think to clip that one up.
it.
Yeah.
Leave out the French soccer team thing on there.
Yeah, I think you better cut the French global warning out.
Hey, don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah. Oh, look. In terms of what we said lately, in terms the last bit we talked about.
It's passion, Rom.
Yeah, but what you said about picking and playing, not playing for Australia, this and that, in Origin, that's going to happen because he's going to make them. He's
hope so.
going to make Samoa, Tonga first tier. He's going to.
hope so.
I'll be honest with you, I don't even watch the international game. But when we get to the end of the season, I need a break from rugby league.
Yeah, I need a break. Yeah, this is.
But the summer's too long,
Oh, summer.
especially for you, Rob. You struggle.
That's what soccer's for.
Summer's too
I
long.
hate summer.
That's what
I hate
indoor
summer.
sports are for.
Hate soccer. Anyway.
Anyway,
Let's
that's
go
a
home. It's
wrap.
getting late.
Let's get out of here. That's a wrap. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Andy, for joining
Thank
us.
you.
You're
Thanks,
welcome
guys.
back anytime you like.
Thank you very much.
George, Tan, I know you were here this tomorrow. I hope everyone has a great week and I hope you enjoyed our little Hulk Hogan tribute. Rest in peace, and we'll see you all next week. Good night.
Happy
Take
rugby
care, God
league,
bless.
everybody.